So that is exactly what that word is. Because I've been waiting to hear if anybody will say it, but I didn't hear it. Now,
yes,
I have said it on air. That word bight of Biafra means in English, house of Biafra. Now, I'm going to go further in what I want to say. The reason why these people came together, Mazi, I'm not going to say it, but maybe after you might have finished what you want to say, maybe I may come in. I said. So, what is the reason why, what is the reason why these people come together and decide to say it on air that they disown IPOB, whereas those that are killing people, those that are government of terrorists, they have not disowned their own. They have not disowned their terrorists. Those terrorists that is coming from outside Nigeria to come into our land to kill us, they've not disowned them. Is it because we are exposing what is hidden? Things they don't want no one to know. Is it the reason why they are disowning us? Mazi, if it is so, please let us know. Or if it is not, please tell us why. Please go ahead.
I will tell us what is going on. Mazi, bight, like you said, means a home, or it can be called a habitat.
Exactly.
Am I coming out here, sir?
That is so true.
It's a habitat. That is, the bight of Biafra is a region identified by Europeans and subsequent historians to describe the part of the Western African coast between the Niger River, River Niger, Cape Lopez. This region encompasses the coast of several modern African nations, including Eastern Nigeria, that is where we are, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, and Northern Gabon. And this, if you look at the history during the 67-70 war that Nigeria brought to us, these regions tried to help us, but due to the blockade the British did, it was impossible for them to reach out and to help us. Our people ran to Bamenda. I know where Bamenda is presently, the Cameroon section today, where it could be Amazonian area. So when the Amazonian and our leader and so many of us are communicating, you can see that blood is thicker than water.
That is true.
Blood is thicker than water. So under normal circumstance, like if you look at people in Gabon and look at the way they live, the way they do their things, people in Cameroon, the way they are built, the way they do their things, how strong they appear and they look when you look at them. This is how the Biafrans, like we now in the eastern region, this is the way we look. If you bring an Ijaw man who is a just speaking person and an Igbo man without them saying a word, nobody can differentiate between two of them. Two of the people, they are one family. You understand? So that is by the way. Now, coming to the meeting the governors had, Mazi, what do you expect the governors to tell you? Under Nigerian constitution they signed for, what do you expect them to say? Do you expect them to say they are now declaring Biafra or standing for Biafra? Do you expect them to say that?
I expect them to do what is right for their people, because that is exactly what the governors in the north are doing.
Yes, I will tell you what is going to happen, what is going on, and how this thing can be done. Let me say this: the governors, when they were voted in, they were voted under the fraudulent constitution of Nigeria. Okay. And over the years, most of them have a lot of properties, investment in the north. It is one of the criteria they gave them, because we used to think that, we used to believe and say that Biafrans or Igbos are very smart people, intelligent people. I have a different notion about it. The problem with us is that some of us cannot see tomorrow. Some of us cannot see tomorrow. And we lost we lost contact with our creator. But these people, they have contact with their God that they are worshiping, the moon god. So their God speaks to them. Our God, we want to talk to us, but we don't want to listen. We will tell him to remain up there, that we are in control here. And the people doing these things are mostly the Igbos. When they ask you or make you to be a governor or prompt you to go and contest, that you're going to win, because all the people you see are the ones that the Fulani prompted and selected and deceived the foolish Eastern region. They went and vote and began to queue for election. There is nothing like election, and they selected them. Now they are there by their masters. What do you expect them to do? When they came into power, they made them to go and develop northern areas. It is one of the things they gave them, criteria they gave them. But they did not know why they are telling them to go and develop those areas. It's because it is like collateral. So when you have that, when that thing is there, you are the one that put the collateral there for yourself, for them, by yourself, for them, brother. And whenever you want to do some certain things, they will tell you, if you go ahead to do that, you will forfeit that property you have over there in the north. That is what they're doing to these people you are calling governors. That is exactly what they're doing to them. And other ministers as well. So they invested heavily and hugely in the northern part and left their place desolate. So each time, like what is going on now, the thing came to a certain point, a certain centrifuge, political centrifuge, like agitation here and there. The western people, the southwest are agitating. The eastern region, they are agitating. Some part of the middle belt, they are agitating. And now they said to the people, the main jewel are the Biafrans, who we abandoned, who has already abandoned their place and went to the north and started building a lot of things here. When you are dealing with these people, you will say that you are smarter than them, that you are more intelligent than them. Oh, the Igbo man is the wisest man. I'm not disputing that, my beloved brothers and sisters, those listening to me. Igbo man is wise when he has to do with making money, multiplying money. That is the gift. Yes, that is the gift God gave us. You understand? I'm not ruling it out. We are all inheritance of all these gifts. Igbo man, he may be a very foolish man academically, or stupid man, whatever, may be unintelligent academically, but he knows the gift God gave us is the gift to see what others cannot see. Eyes for business, you have your eyes on details on business. That's why when we go to a place, we will locate and find out naturally what should be there that is not there, that is lacking. We will now go there and start doing it. All of a sudden, the thing will begin to happen. Money will start flowing. We have that, we have that creative ability to create business, to create wealth, without even going to school. It's a natural gift. That is why the Igbos or Biafrans are hated with passion in Nigeria. And that thing has become the problem. Those in the West are doing the same thing. So anytime they tell you to do something, if you don't, something bad or something that is very detrimental to your people, you will say, no, I can't do it. But you won't know. All of the people will say, okay, since you don't want to do it, forget about this property, forget about this investment, we will take it. Had these people started normally coming back to their place, to their homes and start developing the areas, building things, making the atmosphere very comfortable or conducive for investment, we wouldn't be talking this rubbish today. I know, I don't want to give them idea, but I know what they will. I know the other form, they will go to plan B. As we are looking at the Fulanese, they have plan A, plan B, plan C, even to plan D. And a lot of people don't know. The so-called properties, seized investment. So we are now fighting a battle between those that invested money in the north and those that want their liberation. Those that have properties in the north who are in power because they made that money through criminality in the government of Nigeria. So they told them, are you going to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to keep on doing this? Or you want to just come together, let us forge together and take this nation forward? But they failed to address the common problem that is killing the entire population in Nigeria. They failed to do that. So they are looking after their investments. So the question is, how many of them that are, saying pro-Nigeria, that we want to continue with Nigeria, and how many of us that are saying we want to go? You understand? The wealthy man or the rich among them doesn't know what the poor people are suffering, doesn't know the gravity of the pain, the killings going on, affecting the people there. Because him and his village people are okay. Not all of the village people, but some of them are okay. So the majority of the people are suffering, are dying. So you are not regarded as a human being. Now, what is the solution? The word of God says, since the death of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. If you think they're going to come together and tell you that, okay, you know what? We have decided that we want to move with this Biafra agitation, and we have to go. It is not going to happen. It never happened anywhere. Biafrans, pay attention to what I'm saying. You may criticize me, you may call me this warmonger and this and that. It never happened. I always use South Africa as a case study. The one many of us witnessed, all of us that are living knows who Mandela is, or who Mandela, whom he was, and who he is, because he still lives. His legacy still lives. We know him. We know when Mandela was, we know about him that he was fighting for the liberation of the people, South African, black South African, and they locked him up. They called him terrorist. Did that stop him from agitating? Did that stop ANC from agitating that they want everything to be, everyone to be equal? They are not asking for a different country. They were fighting for equality, that blacks should vote, that blacks should be included, because blacks were excluded and set aside in some certain area they call black area. You know Soweto. You have had it. If you don't know anywhere, you have heard of Soweto. Sonny Okosun, may his soul rest in peace, he sang a song with fire in Soweto. You know that Soweto is a place where most black people in South Africa are residing. Is black area. Mandela had a house in Soweto. He still have a house in Soweto. His family lives there. And we know Dobsonville. You know, if you never had, you have had Sharpeville, 76. You know about it. You have heard of so many Tembisa, Orange Farm, different areas where blacks are mostly populated. How they kill blacks there. And did that deter blacks from fighting? No. They fought. People fought. And they said at a point, if you don't let us go, if you don't let us have what we are asking for, we destroy everything in South Africa. Chris Hani said it. Chris Hani, may his soul rest in peace, he said, if you don't let this thing go, this apartheid you put in place, if you don't end it, everything living in South Africa will go down. We will massacre everybody. Now, they said he doesn't have the capability. When they began, they saw that anywhere this man aim a target or targets, he will hit the target without talking too much. And he began, they saw, when it was hitting them left, right, front, and center, they now call for negotiation. You don't let them, you can't let them say, they look at how they were sitting, relaxing with their pot bellies, and they are laughing, oh, we can't let them go. Now let me tell us, if all these governors making this impossible, making this mission to look impossible, if they are hit, listen, if they are hit, one person, 2 governors, 3 governors are dying, let me see that Fulani that will come and say, we want to move on to one Nigeria. All the governors, all of them will die there. What do you think? You are killing people. Look at how they are rounding Biafran youth, young men and women up, calling them Eastern Security Network and massacring them. And we cannot produce suicide bombers. Excuse me. It is not a laughing matter, my friend. If you kill me, kill my people. Are we unleash suicide bombers everywhere? And these governors will get it. Call me a warmonger. I will go to ICC and stand and defend what I'm saying. Are they mad? Also, hopeless, also they are killing people, bombing places in Osu, in Imo State, shooting them from air. We are watching everything. Why can't there be a delivery to that Ikonso house and blow every gadget there, down there, blow them up? So it will be, it will deter other governors. It's possible. That is freedom fighting. You don't decorate it. Let them send troops of battalions of military. All of them will be blown to hell. Nobody, the northern women will cry out to their people that their young men are dying in the eastern part of that zoo until they let us go. So if you don't do that and they will go and grab people, put a camouflage and weapons there and say they captured Eastern Security Network. Look at them here. And they will prompt somebody to begin to confess. And you say, yes, we are Eastern Security. Nnamdi Kanu sent us. They made them to be saying all those nonsense. It's blackmail. That is what you see during the war. Like Pastor Jack recited, what our leader used to tell us that time. If you don't have that mental toughness, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You will only be a talkative, going around pointing your people and here and there because you want instant gratification, you want the money. But you cannot be able to stand and face the heat of the battle. This is the real time we are into freedom fighting. All the rest of the years are just preparation to talk to people and make them to understand. Now, if you feel unsafe, that you can't enter public transport, you can't enter even aircraft. Every aircraft flying in that zoo, we bring them down. That is what you let them put every security gadget. You can beat the system. What are they talking about? If those governors begin to go down, Wike did what he did. If all of them begin to go down, they have children, they have wives, they have other people, they will start talking. You are killing people, and you are killing your people to please the Northerners, the Fulanis. And we can't let them do that. They even went further to put bounty on our leader's head. And many people, until I spoke out, they put bounty on his head. Now, every governor in that region, there is a bounty on your heads, all of you. All of you. So that in your next life, you will never betray your people. We are talking of a nation here. We are talking of more than 100 million people in the southeast. Forget the border, what they partitioned and say this is the Igbo speaking side. We have our people in Benue State speaking the same language, Igbo. We have our people down Akwa Ibom speaking Igbo there. You had one Akwa Ibom man who came there and say, I mentioned his name. Does his name sound like a Fulani name? He was even angry. I remember when our brother Kelechi spoke out of anger. He came and said, stop this nonsense. I'm a Biafran. I'm Igbo. But I'm from Akwa Ibom State, where they put me. They petition him there. You have our former general, the president of Biafra, after Ojukwu, is from there. Philip Effiong is from there. At least I have met his son here, where I am. I went to see him. He's a Biafran, very formidable. So if 5 people come to decide what your fate will look like, you can't even get one of them. You can't get 2 of the governors. You can't get to the state house and mess that place up. Then he will know. What are we talking about, Mazi Nnamdi?
Mazi, thank you very much. You already touched once what I wanted to ask you. You know, it's just that our people, we need to wake up. You know, for them to gather together and said, IPOB, they disown them. We and them, who are the people that are supposed to disown each other? They are the one selling us. They are the one going to the north to take money. They are the one telling the strangers what we are doing. They are the one telling them how to kill us. They are the one kidnapping our mothers. When I look at that picture, I don't know what to make. A 60 years old woman, you sit her on the road. What man?
Mazi, can I
please go ahead.
Can I say something here, please?
Please go ahead.
I don't want to repeat what I said, but if you are fighting, if you want to become a millionaire, you need to go and go to people who are millionaires or who will mentor you to think like a millionaire. Think how they think. See how they see things. A millionaire and a poor man doesn't have the same mentality. A millionaire, if you come to him having problem right now, you are telling him you are broke, you are this, you are that, you don't have anything to do. The millionaire, if you tell that to a poor man, he will change his telephone number. Okay. If you meet a poor man telling him, please help me, I am poor, I am broke, my wife is threatening to leave me, I can't pay my rent, this and that, and you are speaking very good English. The poor man will say, just come back tomorrow, meet me here, okay? He will assure you or reassure you. You say, yes, tomorrow if you come back, you will see him. He's gone. He's a poor man. Now, when you meet a millionaire, a very creative millionaire, you are telling him, I am this, I am poor, I am broke. My wife is threatening to leave me, even I can't even pay my rent. The millionaire will ask you, what is the level of your education? You will tell him, I'm a graduate. I can't get a job. He said, can you be able to drive? He said, yes, I can drive. He said, do you have driver's license? He said, yes. He said, now, I will employ you and give you something that you will be doing. I want to send you to a state where they are selling shoes. So you go there and develop that place and make everybody there to be wearing shoes. I have shoe factory or factories. So if you do well, your promotion will come. You see, you have the millionaire has now employed a destitute, a beggar. And all of a sudden, that beggar is now prospering. He will now go to his family and empower somebody in the family. You see, and the whole thing begin to expand. That is a rich man talking. But if you meet, I'm not talking of Nigerian millionaires. These are evil men and women. I'm talking of the Western world where we are presently. If you happen to meet maybe Richard Branson, if you ever are opportune to meet him and tell him whatever, or Lord Sugar. Lord Sugar, because he always have program on TV, how to empower people. He will ask you questions, and through the answers you provided, he will put you into what you will be doing. And by the time you know it, he has created wealth for you. If you pay attention and follow the format he has given you. But why is it that all the Nigerian millionaires are not doing the needful? Why are there so much unemployment in that place? Why is it that in the eastern region, people are just prostituting around? You hear a Fulani man saying, my hotel business in Imo State, where? Why are they building hotels? Why are they building churches? Hotel and churches, they go to church, they go to hotel and prostitute. On Sunday, he will go to church, she will go to church and ask God for forgiveness and pay tithe. And pastor will receive and say, wherever the money come from, Lord, increase it. That means he's saying, Lord, increase customers to this lady. This is Nigeria for you now. You see, that's why I said, while I was talking last time, Elohim gave me word. While I was talking, I was seeing something that people cannot see ordinarily. I said, when Biafra comes, many Biafrans, men and women, will go to aviation industry, aviation business, and they will dominate that business. And so many other businesses. I was speaking by the unction of the Holy Spirit. Soon after I have finished speaking, the next day, I saw something where a woman was demonstrating aircraft that can carry 2 passengers. He said, but the ones they will be using will be carrying 4 pilot and the passenger in front and 2 at the back. That aircraft is powered by electricity, only electric or solar powered aircraft. Let me put it that way. There is nothing like fuel, diesel, or aerofluid. No. It is just powered by electric aircraft. That aircraft can take off from Onitsha and land in Lagos in the next 1 hour, 10 minutes. And it is cheaper. You can travel with it only with $40. I sent it to some other brothers and those that are communicating with me. I said, look at it. That prophetic declaration is just already, and they said they will launch it 2023 or 24. If I can carry you to Texas, I know where my brother used to get all his aircraft. You will see where they are begging people to come and take aircraft. I know how much you will pay. You will start it. Very quick innovation. But these people refuses to let things happen there because of passionate hatred they have for the Igbos. That is the hatred. It's not about anything. It's hatred. If you bend it anywhere, they will still hate you. They will still despise you. They will still want to come and kill you. So why should you live with people who are killing you, threatening you, telling you that you are one dot, that you are one bomb nation, that bomb can terminate all of you, and you still want to be part of them? The best thing we can do is to eliminate all the governors. It happened in Ghana. Even if you don't know, it happened in South Africa. They began to eliminate those ones that were selling them out. Until fear came on the rest, and they now teamed up together and said, we want equality. And it was a goal. What are we talking about? Is it because West African people doesn't think properly? West African people go for instant money, what they see now. They don't look at the future. That is the difference between when Jonathan Chinedu keep explaining this. I said, this man is very correct. If you meet people from Southern Hemisphere, that we look alike, but there is a difference between West African black people and Southern African black people. That is the problem. So if they flash you little money, that's why the idiot can put 143,000 on my leader, who I know that worth billions of dollars and pounds. But because of the hatred and despising people, they don't want to acknowledge that that man, his word is money. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's word is money.
Oh, yes.
His appearance in a particular program is money.
They don't know.
On self-evaluation, His qualification is money.
They never knew.
Somebody that controls more than 100 million people. You are putting one. Chineke bokwa put these people oko. Ekwensu bokwa fulani oko na ndotu ya. Ekwensu ma the governors ekwensu ga all of you oko. Mazi ndewo.
Mazi, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. You have spoken my mind. And you know, they said, the voice of men, the voice of God. You are telling it exactly how it is in my mind. You know, all of those governors, we need to send them packing. That is exactly what they need. But the problem that people made was to allow them to hold that meeting where they are. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Mazi, thank you very much. You know that our people are going through difficulties. Our peoples are going through hunger. Our people are, are underground. Things is very difficult for them now. Please, as you know that when things is like this, as human being that they are, some of them will start to think otherwise. Please, what word of admonition do you have for them? Please, if you do, give it to them, and whatever you have, also say it to Biafran as we.
Mazi ndewo. I believe in one principle about Elohim. Elohim reveals to redeem. Elohim, Chukwu Okike Abịama, reveals to redeem. Anytime God gives you a revelation, there is a redemptive plan for you for that revelation. He can't give you revelation without redemption plan. When let me go through the scripture a bit. When Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, was born in Bethlehem, and there was issue there. Elohim saw that there will be a king that will go after the life of the child. So he quickly spoke to the Magi to come and give him gift. So they came with gold, they came with frankincense, they came with myrrh, and they came that time, those things worth money. Today, money you see is being minted by backing up of gold. Any currency you want to mint, you back gold up equivalent and mint that money and put it in the treasury. That is because you can't use gold to go and buy something. You can't break it in pieces, but you can break money. So each $100 bill you see that is minted is backed up by gold. Okay. So what Elohim did, he gave first of all gave the father, caretaker, money. The Magi came and gave money to the young child. When they left, Elohim now said, take this young child and run to Egypt till I bring you word. They are seeking to him. How, if that gold wasn't in the hand of Joseph, how will he go to Egypt? How will he take care of the boy and the mother? How will he provide for them? He can't go there and start doing carpentry job because it has to do with knowing people. So they don't know him. He can't do that job there. So God gave him redemptive plan to redeem the situation. Now, if I am on air, I keep telling our people, if somebody tells you, like a prophet said, by this time tomorrow, a cup of gari will be like half kobo, if there is. Instead of you to go and talk to the prophet, excuse me, sir, did you say that tomorrow a cup of gari will be half kobo? It has never rained. Oh. Cassava will first of all be planted, harvested, blended, grinded, dried, cooked, and we will produce gari. So within 24 hours, you are telling me that this thing will be as surplus as anything. This is, you're going to go to the prophet and ask him questions. When you ask him personally, he will tell you what to do. Now, if the prophet fails to tell you what to do, then maybe he doesn't think right. So when you talk to our people, they will listen. They think I'm on air to entertain your ears. You are joking. I'm not here to entertain you. The Bible said that Israel was delivered by a prophet. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be contacted. Only see in terms of production, kind of turnover. If I can be able to tell our people what to do right there, while we are on the ground, because I got put on a radio no everything. I am why, but Hannah check meet here, Hakobara Hakanos, boy, Meposa, then a radio, General palm oil plantation. Fulani Aporoka will be there now. Go. Imagine. So everything, this struggle now has begun. South Africa went through it. I saw it. You don't tell your enemy what you want to do on air. They never had radio. There was nothing like ANC FM. Nothing. Communication method is what we pass. How did the one in jail gets messages and disseminate messages from jail? Under supervision, heavy security. They were all beating hands down. And communication was going. Because people that talk less act more. If you talk more, you act less. Mazi,
thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. I welcome everyone listening to us this morning. Before I commence, I would like to use this opportunity to greet Biafrans all over the world, friends of Biafra, freedom lovers around the world. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I salute you. Shabbat Shalom. Good morning from here. I'm speaking from my location. I'm Rabbi Charles. Mazi, when the sister was praying, Sister Rachel, Elohim, at a time, Elohim kind of touched my spirit to look into something. Actually, I planned something else to say, but when she was talking, I remembered. I say, yes, indeed, this is actually what the Lord is doing. It is the work of the Lord. She said that they are telling their children from generation to generation about what happened in Egypt. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Am I correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that means the story in the Bible is true. It is a national celebration in Israel. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you're right.
Yes. I am seeking your our opinion because you are there. So that anyone listening to us from any part of the world, we know that this is not a makeup of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or the makeup of a made-up story by Mazi Uche Obilo or a made-up story by Rabbi Charles speaking from his location all the time. It is not. This is a true story. The Bible history, Bible historian made us to know that this event indeed happened. It really, really happened. So on this note, I want us to look at the particular place where I'm going to draw the context from. I still title what I'm saying, the God of Wonders. It is a wonderful thing that it's an act of wonder. Yes, let me put it this way. It is an act of wonder that the people that were in slavery for 430 years came out of it. All of a sudden, they came out of it. It took the miracle working hand of God to take Israel out of Egypt. If not, if God never done that, imagine the direction the world will be going at this particular point in time. There will be chaos in Egypt now, because they will fight the Egyptian to the last, and the thing will escalate to other African countries. But people don't know that it is God that avoided that chaos. And guess what God did? He planted them in the midst of their enemies. So anybody that come to tell me that Bible history is not true, I will tell the person, I think you are very, very insane. And anyone that comes to make it to look like a religious thing, I will tell the person you are beside yourself. You are not normal. It is not a religious thing, it is a reality. I hear people saying, take this thing away from the struggle. And I ask the person, the leader of this movement, who called him? Is it a president of one country that called him and sent him to go and deliver the people of Biafra? Who called him? Who sent him? So why all of a sudden, because you are involved, you said, let us not talk about God in this. You have a problem with God. Let us remove him from this struggle. Let us make it secular. Elohim sent him. Nobody sent him. When we were sleeping, when we were in our state of reprobacy, Elohim sent him to warn the whole of Africa, to warn Biafra first, and to warn Africa about the pending danger coming to Africa. Before I continue, let me just reference Elohim and invite him once again in this place where I'm speaking from, to give me understanding and in-depth knowledge of what I'm about to say. Eternal Rock of Ages, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient God, the great I am that I am, the one who said that his name is Jehovah. I call upon your name this morning. I ask you to do that which no man can do. Give us understanding. Give us receptive heart to receive your word. Give us clear vision on what we're about to say. All this I ask in the name of your only son, Yeshua HaMashiach. I pray. He said. Mazi Obilo, I had planned to go to a certain place in the scripture, but I am not going to go there because of the development, because of the event. But I want to look into a certain place in the Holy Book. I think I'm going to take this thing in a, because if I go to read all these things, there will be time will go against us. But we all know the scriptures most of the time, and and I believe that God will do the rest as I go into the scripture right now. In the book of Exodus, we are dealing with something that is beyond human being. How God came strong and delivered Israel out of Egypt. It is something that man cannot be able to think of. And God said in his word, he said, through terror, God delivered Israel out of Egypt. I repeat again, through terror, God delivered Israel out of Egypt. So what am I saying? God terrorized Egypt. God did not terrorize Egypt because he hated Africa. No. For those who we misinterpret this, he did not terrorize Egypt because he hated black race. It's not at all. It's not exactly what God did. Pharaoh, he was specifically dealing with Pharaoh, the man that held them down. All of a sudden, he changed the narrative. Remember, when Joseph interpreted the dream to the other Pharaoh that later died, that Pharaoh took out his ring, and placed it in Joseph's finger, and that ring matched. The ring was not oversized, and it wasn't smaller, but it fitted into the finger of Joseph. He took golden necklace and decorated him and made him ride on horses, on chariots, and he told people that this is the second in command in Egypt. He said, for the fact that Pharaoh tested Joseph to know his state of mind. He said, what can I do now? And Joseph told Pharaoh, he said, select a wise man. Select somebody who is wise, who can be able to run this thing that I reveal to you with place. Let him build storehouses, storerooms like barns of food, and let him store food for the period of 7 years in abundance. Because the level of famine that we hit, we consume those years in abundance. People will never believe that there was a time there was abundance in Egypt. And Pharaoh said, who else will I send that will understand this vision if not you that interpreted it? You see how God does his selection. Biafra is coming. And our leader was saying, if Biafra comes, I will just leave and go and start doing something else. And the Biafrans will be saying, whom are you to hand us over to? Whom are you going to hand us over to? I know it's going to be political election and this and that, but if you are not involved, we may not trust the person that will be coming. I am seeing Biafra already. So are you not going to come and do this thing? Let's test you for another 5. I don't know how it's going to work. Whether are we going to be using 4 years or 5 years per term or 10 years per term? I don't know about that. Because I remember one man of God in Africa who was suggesting to the country where he originated from that we shouldn't do it like the way all the world is doing their politics, to stop this humanity to man. That once the winning party takes over power, they will start oppressing the one that opposes them. He mapped out contingent plan. If you haven't read it, go and contact Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams of Ghana. He brought out this strategy, how Africa should run their state of government, different from what other Europeans or the rest of the world are doing. I read it and it made sense to me. So I don't know how long we're going to do it, how we're going to plan it and make it look different from what these people are doing. That looks like a joke. Like once you get into power, you begin to brutalize anyone that opposes you. You begin to kill those of opposition to secure your another 4 years term. If you can't kill them with this hunger, you kill them with terrorism. If you can't succeed with terrorism, you bring vaccination and kill them with anything you can think of. But I was sleeping, lying down last night. At the middle of the night, a call came to my phone, and that is where I was about to hit. But when I realized what is going on in the nation of Israel, Elohim said, "Go back again and speak about this." Just now, the person told me, he said, "Do you realize that French government now sent their vessel to secure the land of the territory of Ambazonia, Bakassi, yes, Bakassi. They sent a vessel there to secure that place. That is their territory. What are we going to do now?" I told him to go and open the book of 2 Kings chapter 6 and read it. That is where the answer lies. The guy he said, "It's like you are waiting for me to ask you this question." He called me from a foreign country. He said, "What are we going to do now?" I said, "Go and look at the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 17. Precise, to be precise. When the servant of the prophet went to the prophet and said, "We are surrounded by the enemies. We are surrounded. We're not going to come out of this alive." And the prophet looked at him and said, he said, "Lord, please, I am not worried about the enemy surrounding us right now. I'm worried about this person that is is a member of this movement that is very worried." Now he began to pray a prayer for God to open the servant's eyes to see those that are with them. He did not worry about the enemy surrounding them. That for him, for the prophet, that it was those enemies are done deal. But he was worried about a comrade who is now worried, panicking. He said, Oh Lord, open his eyes to see, because he didn't see. He fails to see. That is why he's disturbing me with all this news, that I am now surrounded. Who are they that they will surround me? Who have then the power to surround me and to kill me? Where is this my God that I've been calling upon? And Elohim opened the servant's eyes. I suspect the name of the servant to be Gehazi, who later died through disobedience, when he was disobeying the order of the prophet, and went and took gifts from Naaman, who came for healing. I suspect it was Gehazi. So he prayed. He said, let God open the eyes of Gehazi to see. And when the eyes were open, he saw battalions of soldiers surrounding the city. And the enemies looked like ants before them. And he came back. He said, oh my God, I can see now. He said, now, stop being worried about all these things. Let French government send military ship to Bakassi. I don't know where they got the power to claim Africa, that Africa belongs to them. What will happen to European nations, European nations, plural, that are involved in the killing and the destruction of the children of the Biafrans? Europeans will never recover from it for 100 good years. Mark what I'm telling anyone listening to me today. Mark my word. They will never recover from the destruction. Sudden destruction will hit them. They won't know where that thing is coming from. But they will feel the pain of Elohim, says the Most High God. They will feel the pain. The time they did it, 1967 to 70, and they combined forces. They came, they saw, and they believed they conquered. And they were celebrating. Oil and gas began to flow to their directions. And they began to use the proceeds, the resources from Africa to build their continent, European continent, and made Africans to begin to run to Europe for shelter, for better life, as they say. And the Africans, some of them perished in the sea. Some of them got drowned somewhere along Libya. Some died in the desert in an attempt to cross over. Some couldn't make it. All in the quest to get better life and liberation. But Elohim said, you are making mistake. You don't have to run away from them. You got to go and contend with them. And I will give you the enabling power to destroy them and to defeat them. I know the people bringing them to Nigeria, the contraption called Nigeria, the people that brought them, the minority brought them. That is the Fulanis. The Fulanis are not Nigerians. So to say, they are not from that geographical location, because there is nothing like a place called Nigeria. Nigeria was created 1960 by ordinary people who doesn't know about the makeup of those regions. They came there and gave them name, said their name should be called or must be called Nigeria, and they removed the old map and put up a new map. That map gives them the ability, the enablement to be stealing, to be looting. If they don't take the oil, the proceeds they sold and brought the money, they will induce some governors of the Fulanis. They will now bring that money back to Europe and put it in their banks. And the people of that regions will be dying of hunger. And the Europeans will come and make video and photograph and saying, let's help Africa because Africa is dying of poverty and hunger. This is the greatest deception of the century. That's what they're doing. Are we surprised about the death of the president of Tanzania who killed that man? Are we surprised? If you speak, they believe that the moment they kill somebody, they have gotten victory. Who told them that? Who told them? Did Yeshua feel God frightened of death? Moses knew what he was undertaking before he took the journey. Even prophets of Even the prophets of old, Elijah was haunted. Elijah was haunted by the authority. Yeshua HaMashiach was haunted even when he was a baby. They haunted him. He had to run to Egypt. God gave the wise men that came, money to take that money and hand it over to Joseph, the caretaker, so that he will have what it takes to go to Egypt. He will pay for his transport, pay for accommodation, pay for security, and pay for their feeding. He did that. That was the reason wise men came and gave him gold, frankincense, and myrrh. That was just for them to sell it and get the money and now undertake the journey. He said, stay there until I bring you word, because I'm going to kill those ones that are looking for his life. I'll kill them. And Joseph didn't know the gravity of the assignment Elohim gave him. But I want to go back to the scripture quickly. The final blow that happened to Egypt is the 10th plague. The 10th plague. The death of the firstborn. That is what the children of Israel are celebrating today in the state of Israel. The Passover. Passover means God said, I will pass over the land of Egypt. He said, I will read from Exodus chapter 11. And the Lord said to Moses from verse 1, I will bring one more plague on Pharaoh and on Egypt. Afterward, he will let you go from here. One more plague, only one more plague. That is wonder God was talking about. I have given you 9 plagues. But I have another one that is remaining. That one, Pharaoh cannot handle it. After that, he will tell you to leave. And if you go and read that Exodus chapter 11 down completely, you will see it written there. Time will fail me, but I will just paraphrase on it. See, I will read verse 4. No, I will start from verse 2. They speak now in the hearing of the people, and let every man ask from his neighbor, and every woman from her neighbor, articles of silver, articles of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt. He was regarded as a great man, as what our leader is doing. In the sight of Pharaoh's servants and in the sight of the people, even the zoo soldiers regard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a great man. Some of the politicians regard our leader as a great man. Even those in the Hausa tribe, they regard him as a great man. They wish to have somebody like him. Somebody that never compromised. Somebody who doesn't want to think about the sweetness of money. I know that some people have some resentment, some feeling, the way he speaks. Don't forget about the way he speaks. Listen to the content of the message. A messenger sometimes gets frustrated because people that he came to speak to are not listening, are not paying attention. So in order to get your attention, he can say, you are very foolish for not understanding me. And you say, are you insulting me? He's not insulting anybody. He's just telling you how frustrated he could be. He is, because you don't understand what you should have understood. So he gets a bit, upset with the situation. Some people have different ways of communication. If they communicate and you fail to understand it, you will say, come closer. Let me tell you something. When you come closer, he will knock your head. Say, you should know what I'm telling you. He will give you pain. So that pain will make you to think. Now verse 4 said, then Moses said, thus says the Lord, about midnight, I will go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. I didn't say that. Mazi, I hope I'm coming out clear. I didn't say that.
Mazi, you're coming out wonderfully well. Please go ahead.
I didn't say that I will kill the zoo. Elohim said to Egypt, to Pharaoh, all the firstborn. He said, why should I kill the people? Will ask, why should I kill the firstborn? He said, Israel is my son and my firstborn. I made covenant with Israel. So if you kill my firstborn, I will kill your son, your firstborn also. I will kill them. Anything that opened the womb. In fact, he went further to say, anything that opened the womb, even the animals, the firstborn of animals, even the firstborn of birds, tolo tolo, I will kill the firstborn of tolo tolo. He's serious. And he came back and told the children of Israel, his people, how did he know them? He know them by their blood lineage. God looks into blood. The word of God said, your life is in your blood. No, baragi can do, you know. If you have any sickness here, what the expert, medical expert will do is to take your blood and synthesize it. The moment they drop it into that machine, the machine will tell them the nature of sickness or disease that that individual is having. That is how they do it here. There is no long story or bend down, stand up, turn around, do this. No, they will just say, just go and give your blood. They will take the person's blood and go to their lab and see this, and they will synthesize it. They have, if they drop the blood on that machine, in few hours the machine will be talking. The machine will tell you how far. Even in your vehicle that you drive now, they don't even go and start pulling the back axle, lifting it up, open bonnet, start it, let me hear. No. If you carry your vehicle to garage, they will plug computer right in your vehicle. Once they plug that computer, they will now tell the computer, tell us, ask this vehicle to tell us what is wrong with it. And the computer will be analyzed and said, the top cylinder gasket is not working. Brake pad is finished. Clutch plate is gone. It's the computer telling everything. The man, the owner of the technician will be standing by. That computer, little thing, will be communicating to your vehicle, asking your vehicle questions. He said the steering rack is not in order. So the oil, the hydraulic fluid is almost finished. Top it up. And finally we say your radiator is leaking partially. Change it. You will, and the technicians will be writing, even not writing, print. He will print every transcript. All the results, he will print it out. Say, these are the things that is wrong with your vehicle. Go and buy all those stuff. If you can't buy it, you consider scrapping this vehicle and buy a new one. That is how it is being done here. They don't pull anything. Even if you go to MOT, the same. They will plug the system, the machine, your vehicle will be talking to the computer, telling the computer what is wrong with it. So Elohim went through the blood and searched out the children of Israel in Egypt. He knows them. He was looking at their blood lineage, their blood makeup, and said, these are the children of Israel. Even if they are half caste, he will pick them up, say, these are my children, the children of Israel that are scattered all over the world as a result of anger. They disobeyed me, I scattered them, now I am gathering them. He didn't say, I am calling them or picking them. He said gathering. Gathering is different from picking. Gathering is to search and put them together and bring them back to their promised land. That is what Elohim is doing. And this is exactly how he located us. And the confusion is, why are we not light skin and curly hair and long hair and all those stuff? It is the geographical location where Elohim planted us that made us to be like this. And made us to sound different from the ones in the Middle East. But we are the children of Israel. We have the link. By their fruits you shall know them. By their inventive behavior, innovative mindset, building mindset, The people that built that contraption are Biafrans. And some of them are very hell bent to, to Nigeria because of what they have, their investment. So they know that they are being oppressed. They know that they have been marginalized, and they are marginalizing them. They are seeing the killings, but they cannot talk because of their investment, because of their money. Look at the pastors in that contraption. They cannot talk because of their congregation, because they threaten them. If you speak against this regime, we will send simultaneous bombings in your congregation. And once we do that, nobody will come there anymore. They threaten them. And to the news media, mainstream medias, they told them, if you ever report what is happening, we will bomb your studios. We will destroy everything that you have labored for. We will take them out, and you will know that we mean business. So are you going to shut up or do what we tell you, or you want to talk? They say, no, please, I don't want to talk. Let me keep quiet. That's what they're doing. So a lot of people are screaming, oh, can't you see it? BBC. And BBC is there plenty or painting a different scenario. And they are using who? Igbo speaking people that they are paying fast salaries. That if they go to any other secular job seeking for employment, they won't get them that kind of payment. So they are using them. And these idiots will look at if the situation and be writing something else, saying something else, because they are paid not to say the truth. So that is exactly what they did before. We read the history, we saw that they used not only food blockade, media blockade as well. And the gentleman told me, look at what France just did. They came to Bakassi with ship or war vessel. They want to protect the place because of what might happen. I said to them, French will perish there. Are you scared of them? Are you scared of French government? They will not be able to contain the problem that will come to them because of Biafra. They will never be able to contain that problem. They can't do it. Not anymore. So live it and see how they would drown. They will get drowned in that location where they are. The people will rise up and they have no choice than to flee. They will run. I want to read this particular place. Then I conclude what I'm saying, what I'm about to say now. God told them that at midnight, a certain angel will walk in the city of Egypt, and every male child will die. He said, mark your doorpost and your lintel with blood. He said, I will read verse 6. Then there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as was not like it before, nor shall be like it again. But against none of the children of Israel shall a dog move his tongue. Nothing will happen.
Your remark, because as long as I am in this hallowed platform, I will continue saying this. As long as the Fulani Caliphate, they are not tired in their propaganda, I will never stop in making this usual remark, because this is why they are controlling everybody, because they are consistent in their deception, because they are very good in their way. Just like yesterday when I played the clip, the Fulani man that was making their declaration is a non-state actor, warning state government, warning government that a word is sufficient for a wise. Do you understand that? Openly, a non-state actor, cautioning, warning government. Of which, if it is, from Biafrans, my goodness me, all hell will break loose. All hell will break loose. Do you understand? What is happening in the core north? People are, you know, the Fulani terrorists, they are exhibiting their arms and ammunitions, their trophies of kidnapped victims on video. Exhibiting it. People, they know where they are. But they cannot go. No, because they have a representative or representatives in Asorok and then in Sheikh Gumi and others. Because they are, as you are going to hear today, as I'm going to dive into the Project Nigeria, Lord Lugard, Frederick Lugard, they make it look like the North is the husband, whereas the South is the wife. To be more powerful, it's artificially created. Therefore, for them, they can do anything they want. They are untouchable. The higher castes, the first class citizens. They will just deceive you with House of Fulani. Oh, we House of Fulani. Like yesterday, the man is telling with the clip I played. The man is telling you that though they are for protection of North being killed in South, even TV people, even Nupegwari, that they are protecting them. These are lies from the pit of hell. That is why they fraudulently call House of Fulani, only in Nigeria, in order to rally around the house, the majority house arrest, to use them, continue using them, to continue perpetrating their atrocities. When you come against them, against the Fulani terrorists, we pinpoint them. We are pinpointing them. Now they will make it general. They say, no, these people, they are killing us, the House of Fulani in the South. They deceive you by making you believe that they are protecting you. They worry. Even the TV, is it not laughable? People that are victims of the Fulani terrorism. How many times did they try to kill Governor Autumn of Benue State? The Fulani nationality movement, they came on, they published a communique that it is them that carried it out. They gave, not only that, they gave detailed evidence that make you know that it is them, everything. But no, it was swept under the carpet. Nothing was against them. Nope, they were not proscribed. But after they will come around and tell you that they are protecting the TV, the Gwari, the Nupe, they are killing. You know, Onamumu never do. Let me ask Sona this question according to Charlie Boy. Onamumu never do. You Hausa, you Gwari, you Nupe, you Bachama, all these other northern ethnicities, Onamumu never do. Why are little minority, less than 1% of Nigerian population, the Fulani, why are they using everybody's brain? Why? Please stop calling these people House of Fulani. There is nothing like House of Fulani. Please. Okay, my comrade is here with me, have joined me. Therefore, before I continue, I'm going to bring him in so that he will make his own submission, but it's going to be short because I myself am going to be short. We have a very important meeting in the next few hours, so it's going to be short. Please, I think 25 minutes will be enough for Mazi Jacob. Please, for your submission, so that I'll continue. I'll cut everything shorter than normal, so that I will be able to continue in our emergency meeting. Please, before I do that, I will play a Gon national anthem before I will bring in Mazi Jacob, because he is here. But he will have 20 or highest 25 minutes, please, in order to make everything, the submission. Species of Radio Biafra. Whenever we start something, people laugh at us. The same way they laughed at David when Goliath laughed at David when he came. Just a small lad, a small boy. But you use him to work wonders. That is the same way they laughed at us when we started, our leaders started this journey. They were calling us names. Oh, miscreants, oh, small boys, oh, the jobless people. But today, the stone that the builders refuse has been a great cornerstone. It is not by our might. It is neither by our power. Though we are doing our best, but every other thing depends on you. Therefore, continue in this good work, that at the end, Nigeria will be destroyed. And through the ashes of Nigeria will rise up those nations, different ethnicities that are caged in that quagmire. Behold, even our Ududuwa brothers and middle betters, Father, give them more courage. Father, give them courage and let them be consistent in what they are doing, that they will understand that this time around, that we in this generation must take our destiny in our own hands. Thank you, Chukwuoke Abiyama, for in your name we have prayed. He say, once again, I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra House Service, coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. I am waiting for my comrade, which I will bring in anytime he comes. But nonetheless, we must continue. Nonetheless, we must continue. This is how the Fulanis they fight. Foolishly and stupidly fell. They started killing themselves and offered themselves as sacrifices. Very cheap sacrifice to the Fulani. That is what happened. That is what happened. And their attitude, the ease with which they were manipulated, even surprised the Fulani, Ottoman Danfodio. Therefore, he thought that he can do the same thing to everybody in that region, down to what we call it, the ocean. You know, when you find things easy, it will encourage you. It's normal. It's life. It's the fact. It's a reality. It's the truth of life. But he was stopped at Benue by the TV people, by the TV. But in history, they will tell you that, oh, it is the British that stopped the. No, the TV stopped them in Benue. They cannot even. They couldn't even conquer the TV people. You understand? Talk less of thinking that they will conquer everybody. That is why Professor Denny, you called them. He said the Fulani, they are very stupid. They are foolish. They think that they have butterflies calling themselves bird. In the next 1,000 years, they cannot conquer any Southerner. I'm telling you. You know what happened in Ilori? It's Afonja that invited them. Conspiracy, internal treachery. That is why he helped them. Even now, Ottoman Danfodio and his son, what is the name of his son, came down to Ilori with the Hausas, because they take Hausas they use Hausas to do their dirty jobs. That is why they were able to conquer Ilori with the help of the local people, Afonja, that knows everything. That is how the Fulanis they fight. They must use somebody, a local. And do you know what? Study history, you will see that gangs, they say Yoruba gangs, not even organized military. Gangs stop, conquer the Fulani in a lorry. When they want to expand, now they stop them. Britain, you see, slaughtered, massacred many Fulani emirs. Under a few months, they were enslaved. I mean, they were conquered by the British. But we Biafrans, we gave Britain tough time. Almost 40 years. For almost 40 years. They were not able to subdue us until almost 40 years. When our people started this selfishness. I have to emphasize, because that is the truth. Ekumeku started as a very massive army, secretive, mass attack, mass defense. If they touch Anioma, everybody from Arochukwu to Ibibio, they will come and defend there. If they touch Efik land, everybody from Anioma to Enugu to Arondizogo, everywhere, they will come. But when that virus, selfish virus, entered, now people started complaining. The normal disease of a typical Biafran, Igbo man. If I talk about Igbo, know that I'm talking about Biafra. The typical disease. Now it's our people that are dying too much. Why? You people are too weak. This one say, the way you can fight, I can fight like that. In short, if like that, let everybody defend his community. And Britain laughed, say yes. They attack Anioma, and the others say no, he never reach here, don't worry. They are weak, that's why we told them they are weak. They captured Anioma. They came to Arochukwu. Ibibio said, no, don't worry. We are here now, Dinkpa. We are Dinkpa. These people, we tell them that they are weak. That the same way they started capturing one place after another. And that is how Ekumeku fell woefully. People don't understand what it means to be in a bunch. We continue preaching it here. To be in a bunch is the most important thing that will happen to a people for communal survival, collective survival. Therefore, before I digress, please stop doing the wrong thing by calling or referring to them as a Hausa Fulani. They are Hausa as a different people and Fulani as a different people. Thank God that many of them are starting to open up. The only thing is this, that they have fear. I'm telling you honestly. They are afraid because for them they are living together with the Fulani. So it is easy targets. That is the fear they have, the fear factor. Together with the people in the middle belt. You know, they have been infiltrated too. That is why you have bandits. These are terrorists. They brought to win election. Everybody know it. That's it. So please stop calling them Hausa Fulani. There is nothing like Hausa Fulani as a people. Is that thing? Once you are referring to them as Hausa Fulani, you are helping in the Fulanization agenda. You are making the Fulani resemble, butterfly that you are calling a bird. You'll be very happy and feel larger than life. But when you call him a cockroach, he is. Now he will sit down on his position. That is the reality. The Fulani, what they used to do, any place they go, they make sure that they corrupt the blood lineage. Do you know that what do you call him? Tafawa Balewa. The prime minister, the first premier of Nigeria. He's not even outside. He's from a tribe they called the Gere tribe. I think he was in Bauchi. Although his mother has a blood lineage of Fulani. I think one of the parents of his mother is a Fulani. That is how they do. But he is from Gere tribe. And unfortunately, that tribe now in Bauchi is going extinct. Let me tell you. The Fulani have used the Hausa to absorb them. This is a crime against humanity. People don't know. You know, UNESCO is trying to protect all these things to avoid up to 70 people. Is extinct because they now see themselves as Hausa. It's what the Fulani they have done. But all these people, the worst is that Nigerian journalists, they don't do investigative journalism to find out all these things, what is happening. How can they? There is no Nigerian journalists. What they have is brown envelope. People that they will quote what happened in Lekki, they will start quoting CNN from America that comes from thousands of kilometers. Not we talk, according to CNN, there is a report. Well, you know, they are shame of Nigerians, they shame me, I'm telling you. These are things that people should be doing. Journalists should be inquiring, why are these people going extinct? It's not normal. Just like the Taino people of the Americas, the West Indies. The original people there, they are called the Taino, the original indigenous population. But they are extinct. Do you understand? That is why the Amazonians are being protected in their culture. They are allowed to live in their culture. Even the American Red Indians, they are protected, allowed to live in their culture. Do you understand? The right of the indigenous people. But in Nigeria, all these things, it doesn't matter. Let me tell you, in a restored Biafra, we will make sure that we go down to earth to protect everybody, every culture, every civilization, as far as it doesn't disturb any other people or it doesn't trample on the rights of people. What you do in cultures is to, if the bad things, the bad cancers in cultures, you refine, it undergoes refining, mutation, because that is human being for you. After all, 200 years back, people were not flying aeroplane, but changes made people to start flying, discover or invented flying. That is it. That is it. So culture is the same thing. No culture is perfect. Every culture has bad part and good part. So when you do what do you do? You ask. Oh, you both saw the arts when they entered Benin Kingdom. They said, look, we never see this kind of arts before. They secretly stole everything. And today, most of the arts you are seeing, the world arts you are seeing, renowned arts, they copied many things from the Benin Kingdom, the Benin arts. You don't know that. But you will never see it in history. No. Because how would they bring credit to Africa? But what they will only tell you there is, yes, it's true that Benin Kingdom was soft. When they met Benin Empire, it was, according to one Englishman, he said it's a stench of death. He called it the stench of death because of human sacrifice. It's very absurd and disgusting. It's true. And some of all these parts, they are practicing all these things, albeit secretly today. That is why when an Oba dies, they have to bury him with heads of human beings, 7 or 8 heads, I don't know. These are things that people should, because human beings, we are changing, we are mutating. The way human beings look in this century, in last 100 or 200 years, it wasn't like that. The looks of human being was not like that. It's true, it's reality. There is always evolution, and we must evolve with time. That is what makes us human being. That is what makes us to be called Homo sapiens, thinking, because that is the brain. You have to shed things that are bad. You can learn it from others, from other culture. Other cultures also will take something good from your culture, but you will not know. You might not know. Japan, they learned many things from the modern Europe during the 16th century when Europe first visited Japan. Do you understand? Japan copied many things like modern weaponry. That time the samurais, they were using sword, bow and arrow. But when they saw the European weapons, they were amazed and they copied it and they replicated it. Do you see? But they didn't jettison their culture, their basic culture. They didn't jettison it. But the saddest part of it is, in our land today, we completely jettison our culture. There is something that what do you call him, Showore, he did last 2 days. Even personally, I love it. I'm telling you. I say, if you are going to court today, instead of going to a lawyer, going with a lawyer, you see your native doctor being at your back. I love it. Anyhow, I love it. People will not even mess with you because that is your culture. Personally, I say, I love it. You cannot condemn because I must wear a suit. What is, if they tell you the origin of suit and tie, you will even say, Lord, must I wear suit or tie or this and that to be called a real human being? Let us always reason like human beings, please. We must continue. Please let us do the right thing by separating these people, because the Hausas, they are also victims of the Fulani onslaught, Fulani terrorism. The Hausas, they are victims today. They understand. All other indigenous population in the north, tribes, every other tribes in the north, they are victims together. But their problem is fear. And Fulani, they are still using their religion and their emirs and their power to intimidate them because they are in their midst. They are lording it over them. These people, they need help. We need to talk to them. We need to deliver them. That is why the essence of our existence as Biafrans, because we are the light. We are the light. That is what you are doing. Let us do the right thing. Today, I'm going to go straight to the topic of my submission. It might look somehow, but let me say the topic of my submission is importance of building coalition or alliance. Listen attentively so that you can understand what I'm saying. Importance of building coalition or alliance. Let me tell you one thing. Building a coalition or alliance involves intelligence, selflessness, and vision. Without all these factors, you cannot be able to build coalition or alliance. It's impossible. You know, as they say, a tree cannot make a forest. That is it. You see, the reason why our leader has been consistent. He never changed the way he speaks. Instead, he adds more essence to the way he speaks. Intelligence and selflessness. It's not like people that will go today, they will speak one thing, tomorrow they will change. Now, the condition changes them. As far as you are on the right track, listen, you must continue. As I said, I'm talking about the importance of building coalition or alliance. This building of coalition or alliance involves intelligence, selflessness, and vision. Because a tree cannot form a forest. Let me tell you this story. During the Second World War, Hitler, Germany, they decimated the whole of Europe. They conquered France. Even, I think, 1941, they overran France, I think 40 or 41. The war started 39. Within small time, they overran France like... It was only Britain standing, United Kingdom. And do you know why? It is not because Hitler cannot or couldn't have taken Britain. No, it was not like that. But Hitler made a very strategic mistake. Sorry, I'm building something so that you understand from scratch. You know, Hitler thought that Britain was, anyway, leave these people, just bombard them and leave them. They are Ofemano. Anytime we don't want to, we take them. France was gone. France, Charles de Gaulle ran away from France. He established, I think, first of all, he went to Algeria, and later I think he was in England also, running government from exile. Hitler, instead of running over, let me tell you, once you're on the wrong side, you must make mistake. That demon that is pushing you must push you into mistake. That is exactly what the Fulani are doing. When you make mistake, Hitler made a very strategic mistake. Go and study the Second World War. He would have immediately overrun what do you call United Kingdom, because that time even Winston Churchill was panicking. He was panicking that any time the Nazis, they can invade, and that is it. He is ready to run. But do you know what? Hitler made a very strategic but fatal error he committed by not taking England. By concentrating, now he felt that he is all and all, or he was all and all. He started facing the East, the Soviet Union. That is where of which even Joseph Stalin didn't believe that Hitler will betray their accord and attack him, because two of them are almost the same thing, the same character. People that have ambitions of conquering the world. So before the war, they signed a non-aggression pact. Hitler signed with Stalin that they will under no circumstances must they attack each other. No. And they were psychopaths. So Stalin trusted. Even when Stalin received intelligence that Hitler is planning to attack Soviet Union, Stalin even he cautioned the intelligence and threw it into the dustbin. And he said, no, it can different intelligence. He said no, he will take once he take England, now he will be ruling Western Europe. He will be in Eastern Europe ruling. So two psychopaths. That was the very strategic error of the Second World War, and that is what cost Hitler the war. And that is the plan, the deliverance from God. Otherwise, had it been immediately, he bombarded London. He bombarded England like anything, without even resistance. Much more resistance anyway. Had it been that time, he would have taken England. But the way God would have had it, because he knows that Hitler is evil, he made that strategic mistake by now leaving England and concentrating in the north, the Soviet Union or East. And then he said, okay, it gave Winston Churchill the necessary air to breathe in, now to start continue his counter offensive and counter plans. And one of those plans, the major plans of Winston Churchill, that was the Prime Minister of Britain as of that time, was to form a coalition with Frank D. Roosevelt. That was the president of United States as of that time, into joining the war, because America were neutral. They were neutral. They say it doesn't concern them. After all, this is old Europe. Listen, I'm building a background for you to understand my topic, please. Let me read this. One of the methods Britain, you respect them. They are highly intelligent. They contribute, no matter how yap them, disdain them, do anything. But let me tell you, Britain contributed a lot in the advancement of humanity. I'm telling you honestly. Forget about their government. They contributed immensely to the advancement of humanity. This agricultural and the industrial revolution, it started in England. Many discoveries, many things in England that is helping humanity. So that is why when I look at them, I say, anyway, that is the truth. They are very intelligent. Do you know that Britain you are seeing today, although it's not absurd anyway, because after all they colonized USA, that is the world power today. The only thing is that Britain is treading the path of destruction by supporting evil against the children of light, and it's totally unacceptable. Do you know British M16, that is the foreign intelligence, M15, M15 is the local, just like FBI, but the M16 is for foreign intelligence. M16 as that name was formed since 1912. But it has the Secret Service of Britain has been in existence since 1569, formed by one man called Sir Francis Walsingham. Do you know when CIA you are hearing today as if it started from time? No. CIA was just formed 1947 yesterday. 1947. Although it was proceeded before, it was called the Coordinator of Information, COI, which was formed also 1941. 1941 during the Second World War. When you hear CIA, this and that, CIA is just not long time. The main old guy is M15. These are the main old guy. Britain. Since 16th century they have been there, but with different names. M15 is the First World War, 1912. Prior to the First World War, it was changed into M16. And even it might be funny, but it's truth. Britain helped even to train the first CIAs. They helped them to train them, but today they are on top. That is why it is not who started race first. Do you see how life is? People will say, no, Biafra, how can you do the way? No, you come, you will not, you will fail, this and that. I say, it is not who started first. Just don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. It is the people, the eagerness, the love of your country makes you build a model, a country model. In Nigeria, everybody hates Nigeria. I'm telling you honestly, both even Fulani, they are just using that name Nigeria in order to make sure to colonize to enslave everybody. But that name, no person loves Nigeria. Nobody. Forget about even all these politicians. Oh, God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Where? Because they are stealing from it. That is the only thing. Their oil wells, that is the blessing. God is blessing them. That is why you see them playing lip service. With a genuine love of your country, you build a vibrant, advanced country, advanced civilization. With a genuine love. If you love, let me tell you, if you love your country, no person can even give you, no matter what, if he give you the whole world to say your country, you say no. No. Do you see the Fulani? They will give you the whole excuse in this world. Oh, the northern borders are porous. Oh, this and that. We cannot control, but they can control, they can effect the blockade. They can effect the blockade of food from Middle Belt, even not from North, but they cannot control other borders. Do you see that? And they effected the complete blockade of Biafra, air, land, and sea. 1960s, when there was no too much modern technology like now. But today, once it comes to Fulani, and they say, no, we cannot control. Hey, the border is porous. We have to apply for ECOWAS protocol to be reviewed. They continue wasting time, buying time. As far as they are buying time, their people are coming for their agenda to be in progress. And the stupid Nigerians, very foolish, docile set of people are believing. Our leader, I understand him, I feel him. The frustrations he used to have when he's on air is the same thing I have. About the foolishness, the stupidity of the people that call themselves Nigerians. How these Fulani, they have been manipulating everybody. Koro your eyes and you are watching it, you are laughing. You are watching it and you can't do nothing. You feel that you can't do nothing. Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State told you that, look, we are using Nigeria resources to bring Fulani from every part of Africa to be here in Nigeria. Nothing you can do about it because we are all Fulani. Nothing. We are not. Nigeria doesn't matter to us. He say it Koro on national television. People are still there watching. You see people now Nigeria is. What kind of people are these? You see, even all those people that call themselves intellectuals that are paraphrasing him, defending him. No, it didn't mean that. What he means is, the parallelism of that they swallow you, and you are even, they give you money, you start defending them. You are enemies to destroy yourself. How can you look at these people? You see, sometimes I say, are these people really real human beings? That's why I call them primitive Neanderthals. Honestly, it doesn't matter. You are nothing in my presence. Even if you have 100 PhD, you are nothing. As far as you come, start defending the indefensible. Nigeria, I say you are nothing. I don't care who you are. I simply look at you as a very stupid Neanderthal. You are there. Somebody is telling you that, look, we are bringing our people, our tribe from every Africa, installing in your ancestral land. Tomorrow you say they are killing us. Fulani herdsmen, they are in our land, but they are saying it, and we are calling for you to do something. You don't want to do something. You say you are calling us, no, these are prescribed by POB, and no, these are rumor mongers. But they are telling you something koro in your lifetime, and you are doing nothing about it. You are more than stupid, because stupidity is not the right word. I don't know any word that is worse. I'm telling you. So let me go back to what I was saying. You know, Britain fearing the onslaught of Germany during the Second World War, when France was down, they started campaigning for America to join them. Because before that, listen, during that time, America had no too much close affinity with Britain. According to statistics that time in 1940, 7% of Americans thought the US should declare war on Germany. Only 7%. Do you understand? Do you know why? Because as of that time, Americans were seeing Britain. American generally did not see Britain as some close, beloved ally at the start of the Second World War. Do you understand? They said Britain was instead one of the major economic rivals to the United States. In addition, the colonialist British Empire, which America had proudly detached itself from, was hugely unpopular and understandably so. Before World War II, Americans were seeing Britain even as bully. These people that they hew us down. So they don't want anything to do with, even had it been Germany ran Britain over, maybe Americans would have loved it and say, it's good for you people that like to enslave others, be enslaved. But Winston Churchill tried to break that bond. That is why in international politics there is no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, but permanent interest. There are ways our people understand the politics. Politics is not a bad thing, because without politics you cannot exist as human beings, even or modern human beings. Nigerian politics is not politics, it's criminality. So people don't judge politics with Nigeria politics. Do you understand? Wherever it involves management or management of people, let me call it like that, politics is always involved. That is it. So what am I trying to say? Look at even South Africa. Who was the arch enemy of ANC? Is it not Britain? But today Britain and South Africa, they are now like heavy paddies. That is international politics. We are fighting. Britain is holding us hostage using the Fulani Caliphate. But let me tell you, tomorrow, once we have our nation, things will change. Our business with Britain will be win-win situation, equal, a win-win. That is how it is. That is why they say there is no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, but permanent interest. When it is our interest to fight Britain, we fight them. When it is our interest to be friend with them, we become. That is how it is in life. Now it is our interest to fight them, to take our freedom by force from their hand. America was having that animosity until the Second World War. Do you know that? America was having that animosity. Americans, they saw Britain as bully, as a people that held them hostage. Do you understand? Do you know that Eritrea and Ethiopia, before they were, during the fight, Eritrea war with Ethiopia for independence, During all those long years, they were enemies. They see themselves, Eritreans and Ethiopia, they see themselves as mortal enemies. But the other time I was listening to one channel, where that one reporter was in the midst of Ethiopians and Eritreans. They were happy together. Now the Eritreans are independent. They say, we are good, one people, independent Eritrea and independent Ethiopia. We are one people, very happy together. That is how it should be. Now they'll be treated equal. No person is lording it over another. That is why I don't understand. Sometimes I don't understand the issue with our Oduduwa brothers. A very independent Oduduwa with an independent Biafra will be heavy, high, good friends that will be healthy competition. Things will be working. The current will be flowing. But once we are together and one is lording it over against another, there will be that friction and animosity. Do you see the difference? It's logical. Do you understand? It's logical. We are in one place and one person is lording it over. It's better we separate and be independent. Now, this person, you control your thing, I control my thing. If I want to borrow something, I come to you, you borrow me, say give me, or if I want to ask, even give me, please, I don't have. You can gratefully give me with respect as a human being, as equal, vice versa. Instead of if we are together, if I want to drink water, you give me the amount you want. Maybe I can drink 1 liter of water at a time. You give me 1/4 of a liter. Say, I tell you, but I want to drink a liter. You slap me. Say, come on, it's me in charge. So take it. Because we are living in the same house. But once we separate and you are living in your apartment, I'm living in mine. Everybody have control his own thing. I can come and cry to you, say, please, my brother, you know what? I don't even have something to cook today. Can you give me just 1 kilo of rice? You said, my brother, take 2 kilos there, no problem. Don't, just feel free. My house and your house is the same. You know that it's talking. My house and your house. And my house is your house. You know it's talk. It's political talk. Statement. I cannot come into your house and behave anyhow. It's with respect. The same thing to you. You cannot come into my house and behave anyhow. It's the same respect. But if we are together, we'll be vying for supremacy. Do you understand that? I might want today. I might want to eat beans. I want to cook beans. You say no. I am giving order. Cook for me rice. It's what you are going to eat. Do you see the difference between when people live together and when people are separated? They become even more close friends than when they were together, because inside the house you'll be vying for supremacy and killing yourself. So that is it. Before the war, the Second World War, public opinion in America, they saw Britain as a force, bullying force. That they were British Empire, which they removed themselves from by God's grace. They fought them, so these people let them go die. But do you know what? For America to enter into the fray, into the fight during the Second World War, Winston Churchill have to use every effort he has as a country, as an intelligent or as intelligent people, in order to force America to enter into that fray, because they know that if America enters, it is to their advantage. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. That is why I'm talking about the importance of building coalition, the importance of building coalition or alliance. So Do you know what Britain did that time? Britain tried to lure USA into the fight through many ways, but principally using fake news and misinformation to influence the US public opinion. You know, the first thing they want to do is to use different channels, including fake news and misinformation, to influence the US public. They targeted the US public because they know America is a Republican country. Power belongs to the people. You cannot just go direct to the US president. No. You influence public opinion. Do you know that the agitation for the restoration of Biafra? Do you know that if most American public know about it and start talking, both white and black, start talking about Biafra, do you know that it will force the legislators and their politicians to act? Do you know that? That is an issue for another day anyway. So the British, they use, among other things, fake news and misinformation. And do you know what they did? They formulated a story, M16, that is intelligence. You know, our leader said that Biafra's intelligence will be only comparable to Mossad. That is how it is. Because Mossad is, if not the best intelligence organization in the world. Not CIA. People think it's CIA. It's Mossad. Mossad have helped CIA in many uncountable things you might not know. It's Mossad. The best in the world is Mossad. It's not even CIA. Sometimes something will be difficult for CIA. They will call Mossad, because there is nothing, in Mossad, let me tell you, there is nothing like impossible. That word impossible doesn't exist in the Mossad dictionary. I'm telling you before God and man. There was one time when, during the what do you call it, the 1966, 67, 68, the time America was fighting war in Vietnam, the Vietnam War. Russia used their MiG fighter jet. There was one particular MiG that time that was above America's technology. So the Russians controlled the air. They said, no, this thing cannot be. They fought that MiG, that particular model of MiG, as of that time, 1967, 68. It was the best in the world. People don't know that before, the Soviet Union was ruling in terms of technology, war advancement. It was a Soviet Union. After all, they first entered they first put Yuri Gagarin in space, or in the moon. Even before him, there was one person they called Vladimir Ilyich. He was on the space, the first person, not even Yuri Gagarin. But the Russians, the Soviet Unions, there is a reason, because he failed. But he entered space. The first reason to enter space, but it's in their secret file. They call him Vladimir Ilyich. Before Yuri Gagarin, they close it. One of the reasons, because of even the man's political stand, he was a kind of against socialism that time, kind of. So they didn't promote him. So what am I trying to say? Now the story about the MiG, America was crying, saying they don't know how to get that type of technology. The MiG carries it. And that time, Mossad, Israel, was trying to lure America. Because America never still have 100% trust on Israel, for your information. Because many people don't understand, many people misplace history sometimes. The primary set of people that supported even Israel, the equipment they have, everything, most of it come from the Russia, Soviet Union. This because they were the first people to support Israel in many of their initial wars, because the Russians, they wanted to create a socialist country in the Middle East. Do you understand? But Israel, they went there, they turned. They said, this type of government, we don't want it. Most of them come from Soviet Union. America didn't even trust Israel that time. But because the Israelis, they saw the future to be capitalists. That is ability, vision, ability to read tomorrow. It's intelligence. Your ability to see tomorrow and read tomorrow. There are think tanks in countries that you have to tell, forecast things. It's their job. But Nigeria is not a country. They don't have all this. Everybody is a look of money. So what am I saying? That MiG technology, Russians were on top of America, because they saw the actions of that MiG in Vietnam. Now America need that MiG by all means. A sample of that MiG, in order to get the technology, look into it and get the technology and do something and replicate it in their own way. Also, Israel want to have confidence of America, because America is dealing with them, but not too much. They don't have confidence, because they are seeing Israelis as bunch of communists. That is the right word. So, do you know what happened? Mossad, Israel say, you want this MiG? Come on, we can get it for you, free of charge. CIA say, you are joking, stop this, you are nonsense, I don't want it. Israel say, we can get you this MiG, don't worry, just give us more time, don't worry, just watch and see. You know what they did? Because that time they had some supplies. Russia supplied the Middle East with that MiG in order to control Middle East. You know what happened? Israel, they have, Israel, that is why sometimes your enemies will think that they will push you. They don't know that the pushing, the way they throw you everywhere, it becomes an advantage. That is exactly what Biafra is replicating. Do you know that we have Biafrans all over the world? Do you know that in Biafra land, we have Biafrans, Chinese Biafrans? We have Lost Biafrans. We have Mexican, Spanish Biafrans. What type of Biafrans we don't have? Today it has become advantage. That is the advantage of Israel over others, because they can blend in anywhere. If we say now, if our leader come and announce now, we need Biafrans that can speak Russia to go some mission in Russia. Before God and man, before you know it, thousands will surface immediately. If you understand, thousands will surface that speaks and with Russian citizenship. They will come up. If you say, okay, we need Greenland, Greenland, the part of autonomous part of Denmark, Biafrans that we have mission, you will see Greenland Biafrans will come out. That is the advantage. People don't know why God didn't give us Biafra at that time. He want to give us this advantage so that we use it to shine and rule Black Africa, to be high, to be showing example. That is what gave Israel advantage. The fact that they were scattered all over the world, European Jews, African Jews, Arab Jews, full ground, so they can blend anywhere. You will see somebody thinking he's praying Allah Akbar. He's an Arab. You don't know that he's a Jewish. He's a Mossad. You don't know. That is advantage. Whereas you Americans, they don't have all this advantage because they will need somebody that will. How can you be speaking? It's now that they are learning different languages. America. Before you start speaking, they will detect you and kill you in Afghanistan. But Jews, they have Afghan Jews. Do you know that? They have Pakistani Jews, so they can blend in anywhere and chill. Wear their turban and chill. And if you say okay, the advantage we have, if we say okay, we need to infiltrate a house up this. We have our people. You see them in Katangura, you will not even know that they are Igbos. They will blend. That is an advantage, an extra advantage to us in this movement. People don't know. So do you know? Let me complete that story. Mossad told the CIA, said, look, don't worry, we'll get you that MiG. Is it not what you need? Because they want to build trust with America, to trust them, because America didn't trust them. They said there are things they don't share with them together because they believe that if they share with them, Russia will have it. It's during the heat of Cold War. So Mossad, they made their contacts through their agents in Arab world. And one Iraqi man, he's a pilot. He's an Iraqi Christian. He was recruited, contacted, and promised $1 million. He demanded $1 million that time, and they didn't even price it. He's a pilot. He's an Iraqi pilot. And he said, "Okay, I will carry this job. I'll bring. I'm this MiG. I'm a pilot." And I pilot this MiG, so I will bring it to you in Tel Aviv, direct. But you pay me $1 million. Number one, before I move, you make sure that my family they move out of Iraq. They say, oh, they don't even. They say we will give you anything you want. Your family, your mother, your father. Arabs, they like families. Your mother, your father, even your grandmother, anyone you want us to remove, we remove him. They planned everything. They moved the family to Turkey. Immediately the family is out of Turkey. They send him coded message that it's okay. He said, okay, don't worry, I'm coming. He entered in a routine flight. He entered flight, piam, and disappeared. He moved away. Down to, I think it's a stealth fighter, even stealth. That is invisible to radar. He came down. This thing was so secretive that only the prime minister and the head of Mossad know about this program. No, only two of them know about this program. They knew about this program. So they say the funny part of it is that when that flight was entering, when he entered the Israeli airspace, the Air Force detected that there is something. There is one enemy. For identify yourself. Identify yourself. The man radioed the people is supposed to radio. The head of Mossad. The head of Mossad even didn't tell the Air Force general. He called the prime minister at that time. The prime minister of Israel they were giving an excuse. No, leave it, let us watch. Which kind of, they said no, he entered, we need to shoot, he said no, don't shoot first, let us watch. They said but it's an enemy, it's unidentified. They said no. They started giving very excuses, flimsy excuses, because they don't want to compromise this. They don't want to tell them that this is our program. Wait, let it come. They will say you never know. because this is so important. It's a key. This is the main thing that made America to trust Israel till today. I'm telling you, this in history is the thing. Is the thing. Is the key. Until that plane landed, they breathed in, and the man came down. They said the eagle have landed. The family of the man was taken to Turkey. The family of the man, the family, all the family were removed before the man moved. You are taken to Turkey. I think through Turkey to Israel even. You understand? So there, when Mossad contacted CIA that we have your bed, your MiG, we have it in our hand in Tel Aviv. They say, no, these people, they are the highest liars. How can these people be? How are you joking with this kind of thing? They say, we have your bed in our land. Come and check it before it's too late. Because the Soviet Union is, before it start threatening fire and nuclear strike on us. Come and check this thing. Immediately they came, they saw, lo and behold, Lenga go hutoro. Chineke ekwekwana ihe ọjọọ. The CIA chief, he shake the Mossad, he say, yes, you have gained our trust. Finish. They enter inside and take photos at the can. You know, this is a few, this is something that will take will take less than 1 hour. They have photoed everything they want to photo, and the technicians are there. Russia was clamoring, oh, we had that, this and that. Israel, if they say no, it was hijacked, this and that. The pilot was taken to safety. Everything was there, and they told Russia, please send somebody to come and take back your plane. It's just an incident. You understand? We didn't take it, so it's just an incident. They have taken everything. They have ransacked the whole technology they want to take. And Russia have to send somebody, they take back the plane. Do you understand? So from that day, CIA and Mossad become 9 and 6. So let me go back to the tactics used by Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister, in order to make America enter into the Second World War, because it will be to their advantage. Okay, let me read a bit. He said, in June 1941, Americans read about an extraordinary British mission into Nazi-occupied France. Newspapers, including the Baltimore Sun and New York Post, detailed how the British parachuted into an airfield with Tommy guns and hand grenades, overpowered the guards, and destroyed about 30 planes. All of the team members made it back to Britain alive via torpedo boats, along with 40 German prisoners in tow. It was an incredible story. This is the story they put in newspaper Britain. It's the work of M16. That they overpower, they do this, Britain, they send their crack team into Germany. Now that they overpowered this and that and brought back and killed. All these things, America bought it because they want America to feel that they are impregnable. These people are too much. So supporting them will be to their advantage. That is, they put it in newspapers. This is propaganda. You know, when our leader is telling you that, look, war is not only by gun. Propaganda is the main weapon of war. Britain used it and it worked in order to lure Americans into the war. To make American people have confidence. Unbeknown to the United States, the British Foreign Intelligence Service, known as M16, had planted the story in the press as part of a covert influence campaign to convince the country to enter World War II. Do you understand that? With Hitler aggressively gaining ground across the continent and dropping bombs over London, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill has been anxiously lobbying Frank D. Roosevelt for reinforcements against the Germans. But America firmly resisted being drawn into another bloody war on European soil. But their intelligence made it. Because as of that time, as I told you before, only 7% of Americans thought that US should declare war. Only 7%, so they don't even see it as anything. But after many things happened, of which one of these things I told you, they have to lobby, M1Cs have to infiltrate civil societies in America in order to start clamoring for support for UK, and because they have to sway the public opinion in America. Do you see what it means to build alliance? It's not easy. It needs extreme intelligence. That is why, listen, when I know at the first time our leaders started by attacking everybody, both the leaders. Some people, even in somebody in this platform, take it personal. Sometimes I look at people, I say, look, some people are not intelligent, honestly. Somebody took it personal here, as if it's personal affair. It's not personal. It's not personal. Our leader knew what he was doing. A time came, he said, stop, cease fire. Don't attack these people again. But this useless moron don't know a thing that is only opening mouth and shouting, talking. That is why, as you call discipline. Without discipline, you cannot achieve an advanced country. You cannot achieve advancement. Discipline is the key. Our leader said, stop attack, because what he was achieving, what he was trying to achieve, he's seen the light. He gave orders, stop attack. If we are doing meeting that time, you say you see that useless person, you will start complaining, no, this and that. I say, come on, somebody that knows why have told us. So why are you arguing? Another is another. There is a reason. So follow it. That is why, in a war, you cannot win a war without discipline. Command and control. Do you understand that? Principles of command and control is highly, it's complex. It's sophisticated sometimes. Fighting a war, many things are involved. Let me also say, I don't know why I enjoy the story is just coming out. There is this story of Second World War. This man is a very big asset to Hitler. He's an agent of Hitler planted. I think he's a Spanish. Is the person that the main key to the success of Normandy, the Normandy landing. That man is a Spanish but lives in England. He was planted by Hitler as an agent, and a very big agent for that in England. That man now, he went even to report. It's him that went. They didn't discover him. He went to Britain. He went to British M1Cs and told them that, look, I'm an agent. They even looked down on him, say, what kind of this man? He said, look, I'm an agent. Until they found out that really this man is what he said. He said, I'm here to do some job for Hitler, and I'm here for good. I think he's a farmer. He was a farmer. This man is one of the biggest assets Britain has as an agent during the Second World War, because he made the landing successful. He was the person that he made Hitler believe that the Allies will not come through Normandy, that they are preparing to come through another side. That you see, when you see their preparation in Normandy is a digressive attack. That is why Hitler concentrated on the other side. There is another side that he thought that the Allied forces will come from. This man made it to work. So do you know, in order to build confidence, because when Britain really know the words of this man, I mean M16s, now sometimes they give they have to give him secret information about their troop movement. Let me just listen to this, because this is a war. You can lose a battle on purpose just to win the war in general. This man, in order to have him, make Hitler still his credibility to be on top with Nazi, sometimes they will give him credible information. Listen, Britain can send secret crack teams behind the enemy lines in order to go and sabotage things on German or French territory, because that time France is under German control. Do you know what Britain will do? The commander, the general, he will sell this information of the movement of some of his troops to this man to sell to Germany, so that when these people, when they will land, you know that he's sending people, the general is sending people. I want you to understand how sophisticated the war should be. It's not a very palatable decision, but that is how it is. The general can send people, maybe 15-20 people, highly trained crack team behind the enemy line, and he will still go and reveal it to this man and say, this man, because now they turn the man into double agent and tell the man, give this information to your people, so that they will wait for so time, these people will land. And it's true, they will land. These are British soldiers. When they land, now they will leave them. After they can kill all of them. Germany can kill all of them. That thing, now they are trying to build confidence on this their agent, that he is real. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes war is sophisticated. That is why our leader wants to tell you, do this, do it. You don't know the reason, but do it. We are in a war. We are in a war. Lives can be sacrificed, but what we want is overall victory. That is it. My life doesn't matter. Individual life doesn't matter. What matters is the overall victory. Do you understand? So when I was reading this history, studying it, they sacrifice lives of people to build something more huge. Those people they send, after the whole things will be sabotaged, they will kill all of them. No person will know why, but they know, the general knows, because this type of intelligence job is only mostly one or two people. The general will know about it, maybe with the prime minister. Other commanders will be complaining, there is a saboteur in our midst, or this, but they don't know, they didn't know that there is something they want to achieve, a huge success. So now that information this man gave to Nazis, we continue putting trust, making them to have trust on the man, that look, this man told us these people are coming in the next 1 month. And that next 1 month, they will jump out from from flight and parachute themselves now to so place, and they watch them. It's like that. So why can't they believe him? They will kill the soldiers after or capture some, and that is it. Because that is a soldier's life, expendability. But they are building trust on this man so that the Germans will have big trust. They will be giving him information on what they want to do. And the man is very big resource till the end of the war to the allies. Do you understand? Now, after everything, the man will be giving, if the man give them 5 misinformation, he will give them 1 good information. Or if the misinformation is given them is about the landing of retaking of France, well, because now he become the biggest asset of Germans as a secret servant, as a secret serviceman. The same thing too, he become the biggest asset to the allies, to Britain. Do you see? The only man that received double medal from Germany, from Hitler, and from Queen of England. It's not easy. Because it's from that invasion, the Normandy invasion of France by the Allies, Germany started crumbling. Now, let me go back to what I was saying about the importance of building coalition or alliance. Let me say it again, this one. During the Operation Desert Storm, and later the invasion of Iraq in 2003, America didn't do it alone. They first of all tried to build alliance, build coalition. And in some ways, they also use fake news and misinformation. And the cohesion, cohesion, not cohesion, cohesion, C-O-E-R-C-I-O-N, cohesion. That is soft, push. They push people. They can use their money to entice countries to vote in the United Nations Assembly. This is intelligent work. Intelligence work, I should say. So, do you think that coalition is not important and these people are building it? It is about the survival of a nation, the survival of a country. That is why we always encourage our Oduduwa brothers and sisters, our Kwararafa Republic, that is Middle Belt, in order to rise up, remove fear factor, rise up and claim what belongs to you. We are in a coalition, or we should be. The ability to form coalition or alliance is a form of political maturity, civilization, or advancement. You cannot say, let me do it alone. You cannot. Because no man is an island. That is why we always want, like as I said before, when our leader said, stop attacking Yoruba people, many people misunderstood, but there is something very huge there. Because you attack them with the truth. When you attack a reasonable person with the truth, no matter no matter the insult, but you look beyond that insult, you see, what this man is telling us is the truth. Forget about his insult and his tune. That is the truth. That is the way to wake somebody from sleep. When he starts realizing himself, now you should know that it is not the tactics that you used before you will use again. You change tactics. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? Now let me come back home. The key factor to the Fulani hegemony we are witnessing today came from the ability of the British government in thwarting any coalition between Nnamdi Azikiwe of NCNC, Nigerian Congress of National Congress of Nigeria and the Cameroon. Yes. Although they later changed it to National Council of Nigeria Citizens. Nnamdi Azikiwe and the Chief Obafemi Awolowo of Action Group. Britain know that they created a country, amalgamated a country for their own interests. But if they didn't take care of this country they amalgamated, it will no more be to their own interest. That is why every plan for East and West, that is Oduduwa and Biafra, to coalesce, to have be together as allies, Britain tried everything, their highest diplomacy, in order to what it, and they did it. And anything that made them to try to make them to form alliance, Britain thwarted it, and they use their selfishness, extreme selfishness. Both Azikiwe, Awolowo, and Akintola, I'm telling you, all of them are guilty. All of them are guilty. Do you understand? Nnamdi Azikiwe was very active in Nigerian youth movement. The same thing like Awolowo, Nigeria's first. It's a Nigeria's first nationalist organization. But he failed to solidify his coalition with Awolowo despite all odds. I will tell you why. Let me tell you, sometimes you can justifiably feel bad about a situation or somebody, but you should hang on the arrangement for the collective benefit of your people. That is where our people are primitive. Look at Uchemofo. I'm not preaching about him, please. I'm just a reference. Father Odimegwa tried everything to settle his case with our leader, which is God that willed it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been, in a patch on a leak. Father Odimegwa tried to patch on a leak. God said, no, this person, leave him. They push him and he pushed him. He left him. That demon that was in him, because our leader said, Biafra na charge more. When you have evil thoughts, if you are not genuine in this struggle, a time you cannot stay here forever. A time will come, your body will be itching you. Something you see, what you will be seeing is complain. Even the other person, what is the other obid? A time came, only complain. He will call, only complain. Our leader, he's doing things. Oh yeah, you're saying things. I say, what? Only complain. That is the time the manifestation of the evil spirit they had before. It was manifesting. Father Odimegwa told Uchemofo that this is not about your interest. This is about the interest of millions of Biafrans all over the world that are following you and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But thank God, with Chukwu Okeabiama, Amadioha, Omapa, and the things become more better. Imagine what it would have been sometime with the formation of this ESN. Imagine Uchemofo being here. Imagine the internal squabbles every day. Oh God Almighty! That is why God didn't pity Datan and Abiram, Korah and Datan and Abiram during the biblical Moses days. Because if he pitied them, they will become cancer. Every minute of the day, they will continue complaining and making people to suffer even more. So God opened the soil and they fall in, them and their family, so that they will be forgotten. And they were buried alive. That is how God does his things. Had it been, imagine with this ESN, if with Uchemofo here, maybe Father Odimegwa tried and physically amalgamated them Uchemofo into the struggle again. Every minute of the day he will be complaining. Every minute there will be problem, internal problem that will be even more worse. So that is why, once you don't have the interest of the struggle or the movement or the people in your mind, you will fall apart. Awolowo, Akintola, Azikiwe, they were to blame. I will tell you why. Some can say even Awolowo and Akintola, they bore some of the biggest blame for the lack of coalition between the West and the East. Let me read something so that you can understand. From the eve of independence, Awolowo led the action group as the leader of the opposition in the federal parliament, leaving Samuel Ladoke Akintola as the Western Region Premier. Disagreements between Awolowo and Akintola on how to run the Western region led the latter, that is Akintola, to an alliance with Tafawa Balewa led NPC federal government. NPC, you know what it means? Is the party name that time, Northern People's Congress. Any of that, they don't hide. Why also I admire them. They don't hide their feeling. They tell you, Korokoro, we are for the North. We are for Fulani, for our people. Now it would have been for the interest of other people like Awolowo, Akintola, Azikiwe to say, I am for the East. This one say I am for the West. And Chekina, Okuagu. Is it not so? But this one, his political party was NPC, Northern People's Congress, not Nigerian People's Congress, so Northern People's Congress. That is Northernization. Till today, they don't hide it. That is why Bauchi State Governor can tell you anything. That the Fulani, they are what we bring them. Well, we don't care about Nigeria. It is not today they started it. Do you understand? They have been consistent on it. Okay. He said a constitutional crisis led to the declaration of a state of emergency in the Western region, eventually resulting in a widespread breakdown of law and order. That is in Oduduwa region. Because Awolowo is having problem with his brother. People that are supposed to, have common interest and goal. No matter whatever, they come to the table and regulate it. So that when people will be talking about the problem, they don't go right to the root. Okay? Now, when Britain, because Britain, they know what they are doing also. They saw a crack in these two people, these two brothers. Now they make that crack to become gully, because that is what they want. Listen their plan and what they did. Now, excluded from national government, Awolowo and his party faced an increasingly precarious position. Akintola's followers, angered at their exclusion from power, formed the Nigerian National Democratic Party (NNDP) under Akintola's leadership, having previously suspended the elected Western Regional Assembly. The federal government then reconstituted the body after maneuvers that brought Akintola NNDP into power without an election. After maneuvers, that maneuvers they didn't explain. It's British maneuvers. Look at, they know that the West, they cherished Awolowo, but they brought a stumbling block, Akintola. Disagreements. Nah, no agree. They will come this side, nah, no agree. They will go Awolowo, no agree. And two of them did not know, would not even, they were not matured enough in order to resolve their problems. That is where the problem started originally. I will tell you why it is so. I'll tell you why it is so. Now, as I said, as I read before, this guy formed Akintola. He formed another party and become a leader. Somebody that formed new party. Britain maneuvered him this and that in order to, because people love Awolowo. His people love Awolowo more than, though he have followers. Instead of making themselves to have a, to conclude by themselves and resolve their differences, instead Britain went there and scattered them more. They maneuvered this newly formed party to become the premier. You understand? They put him into power without election. Shortly afterwards, Awolowo and several disciples were arrested, charged, convinced of treason, and jailed for conspiring with Ghanaian authorities under Balewa to overthrow the federal government. That is it. You understand? They jailed Awolowo, who's supposed to be, who's supposed to be on top. Now they brought his second, and because they didn't have any, they cannot conclude themselves on themselves. They cannot resolute on themselves and say, look, this is not about me, neither you, but about the future of our people. Please let us resolve this thing. When you cannot resolve your differences, enemies from outside will come and put more fire, and everywhere will be blazes. Do you understand? But now check this difference. Let me read it for you. Check the difference. What I read before, how the problem Awolowo had with his brother Akintola led his being arrested, and Akintola that formed the party yesterday, as of that time, now he become the main person. They favored him without elections, because the British, they want to bring, they are looking for a way in order to scatter the South in general. But look at the difference. Listen, the Saduano of Sokoto, leader of the NPC, was poised to become the prime minister, but instead he chose to become the premier of Northern Region and supported his deputy Tafawa Balewa's candidacy for prime minister. Do you see the difference? I don't know whether you people understand me, please. Tafawa Balewa was poised to become the prime minister. Tafawa Balewa, the Saduana of Sokoto, sorry, that is Ahmad Bello. Sorry, Ahmad Bello. He was poised. He is the person that's supposed to be the prime minister of Nigeria, but instead he chose to become the premier of Northern Region. You know what he did? He supported his deputy. That time Tafawa Balewa was his deputy, but he supported his deputy to have candidacy, to be candidates for prime minister. That is also kind of godfatherism. Two of them, they look forward for one common goal. Now let me hold this knot by myself. Now you can go for the central government. That is why today Saduana of Sokoto is the main ruler of Nigeria, no matter any person in power. Do you know that? Because Ahmad Bello is supposed to be the prime minister, but he drew back because he saw a vision. He had the vision of tomorrow for his people. He don't want to leave a premiership of Northern Region to another person, because no person for him, no person can handle the north by them. He want to fashion the north as he want it to be. But he told his deputy, he said, now go to the center, be a candidate, and I will support you. And he supported him. You see how they coalesce for the future of their region. But Western region, they are selfishness. This one say no, over my dead body, the other one say over my dead body. Table. And the enemies, Britain, say, yeah, this is what we want. They will go to Akintola and say, look, this Awolowo is biting more than he can chew. You are more popular. From another party who will support you, okay? And this man, we will deal with him. So we will help you deal with him. Don't worry. And he thought that they were giving him good advice. If somebody come to your family and start advising you to kill your brother and you succumbed, who is the foolish person? It's you, not even the foreigner. Do you understand? So now Akintola and Awolowo, they made, had it been they made Awolowo the body, his party, to be Western Region in Western Regional Assembly, the controller, there wouldn't have been no too much problem because Awolowo was more popular. But they carry somebody below him and made him. You see how the British intelligence, you see how they work. They know what they do. Now, this confusion between them now, the British, they say maneuver. That maneuver is what they didn't expatiate, but is behind the scenes. That is the place they told Akintola that, look, you have to be in alliance with this guy, Tafawa Balewa, okay? And we'll support two of you. He said, yes, no problem. When you have a problem with your brother, you go for the foreigner to support you against your brother. And that is where the problem comes from. The confusion between Akintola and Awolowo was exploited by the British intelligence in order to form coalition between West and the North as they sidelined Awolowo. Do you see that? They sidelined Awolowo. Also, when Awolowo was released from jail, he continued in his selfishness of aligning with North to fight Biafra. Do you see it? Evil begets evil. They sidelined Awolowo and they made Akintola now to sign, because maybe they knew that the British intelligence calculated that had it been his Awolowo at the original time, the first time, if they told him to align with Tafawa Balewa, he wouldn't have agreed. Now they did something. It's manipulation. It's intelligence. They use somebody that is more junior to him in popularity. They promoted him up. Now they use him to go and form alliance with the North and put this one to jail. Now when he was released from jail by Awolowo, with the promise that he will go and declare he go again, and because of his selfishness, because I know the Northerners, they told him that, look, you see how your brother did to us, let us work together and you will become the president. They made him prime minister of Nigeria, the only civilian minister of finance, minister of finance during Nigerian civil war under Gowon. That is it. And he accepted it because of his selfishness. And that is what caused what we are seeing today. Do you understand? Also, Zeke was not left out in his own selfishness. The British, they used his selfishness of becoming the president of an empire he didn't create. It's a test for power. He want to be a great Nigeria. Everything is Nigeria. Whereas others are, going to their region, saying, oh, Nigeria. NCNC even combined Nigeria and Cameroon after he turned back to Nigeria, until he met the brick wall when he won the election, and they told him, look, in Lagos, you cannot be this in here. You are an Igbo man. Go back to your place. You are an Igbo man. Do you understand? And that time he went to Enugu and started confusion with our brothers. Ayueta, pursued Ayueta. And Ayueta formed his own party. That grudge is continued till today. Which, although we have resolved it anyway. Now, today, the Fulani can easily use others in order to continue in their hegemony. Let me come back more home. I told you that with intelligence is with what you form alliance, cohesion, intelligence, and if you have vision also. Because many of all these politicians you see in our land, they are visionless. Their vision is only personal. How they can make money and buy house in Hong Kong and Dubai and America, and they and their family will be on top, or flying private jet. That is the only thing they think. They don't think about the legacy. What will our people be in the future? You know, as our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is thinking, having vision how Biafra will be, how our it's not about you and you, but about the people you're supposed to be leading. Imagine what made the devil mind to come and tell our own people, tell everybody that we as the governors in the southeast, we are not there elected. We are not normally elected to do the wish of the people, but to defend the tenets of the Nigerian constitution. What else do you want to understand? Sometimes I ask our so-called PhD holders, and you want to hold them responsible for anything? For building roads? For defending you in the Fulani massacre, Herdsmen massacre? They cannot. They will not. Because for them, they are not there for you. They told you, that is why I say the stupidity of our people now is incomparable. I cannot understand. They will tell you something, and you are still pushing. Come and help us. Come and defend us. How dare you? How can your governor defend you? He said Nigeria, he is there to maintain the constitution of Nigeria. And the constitution of Nigeria is to ruga you. Is for your forest. Your forest belongs to Nigeria, which is the Fulani. How now you are going to say, no, this is my forest. Now Fulani, the owners of Nigeria, come and take it and kill you. You want their governors to come and defend you? They are defending the Nigerian constitution, which is that the constitution tell them that your forest belongs to Nigeria and Nigeria is for Fulani. Now case closed. Our people, I don't really understand. The only solution is what we are doing to liberate ourselves from these demons we have in our land in the name of politicians. Hey, build one flyover, build one roundabout. You know, that is why I say our people are highly primitive. I'm telling you, Nigeria made our people more primitive than ever. He said, Governor, look at his building. You see, he built he built a flyover. He's a building flyover, leave him. He's a governor. No, Chirozo. He's only he's the governor. But what future has he for you? What is the legacy, the future for you? Nothing. Only come, he give you 1,000 naira, say, be eating, be drinking. Madam, give them beer, let them be drinking. Foolish people inside them. That is what the time of Kurausa was there. Every time, that's what they say. We pass and he's giving us drink. I said, look at these people. Look at these people. Just like I check you them. The man on attack. In that time, there was one joint. Anytime you go there, if he's there, I think he's this in Army Fekedia. He will give everybody ngwangwa. Hey, that is the only thing our people. What type of primitive set of Neanderthal are our people? I'm telling you honestly. Just something you will eat. The following 2 hours you go and remove it through shit. You shit it out. What legacy? In the next 50 years, what legacy is he constructing for everybody? Not what you can gain. That is why people are leave him because it's our brother. He's from my community. Leave only, nothing more. They are primitive. It's primitivity. But you are looking for visa to go to Japan. Japan is Shinzo Abe, or the South Korean minister, or prime minister. Is he from your village? It's the policy they put in place for you, for everybody to thrive. No matter your race, your religion, or anything, but for you to thrive. That is what matters. Not what you can gain directly from the person as your brother, as your sister. Primitive people, can you listen? Do you understand? I say, let me continue because within small time I will open my lines. Today, the Fulani can easily use others in order to continue in their hegemony. The other primitive Neanderthals in Nigeria. Mietiala quickly formed the Amalgamated Union of Foodstuff and Cattle Dealers of Nigeria, AUFCDN. Have you seen this? Maybe it's not up to 1 week they form it. Immediately they say we declare blockade under the Amalgamated Union of Foodstuff. You know Nigeria is amalgamated, so they borrowed that word, amalgamation of Nigeria. Amalgamated Union of Foodstuff and Cattle Dealers of Nigeria. There are no more only cattle here. Mietiala form foodstuff. And people that they are using to form this foodstuff, they are the people that they were, these people, they are killing them. They are suffering. These farmers are suffering from the hands of the Fulani. For you to see the stupidity of black people, the indigenous people in that Nigeria is thinking. These people, they always cry, oh, they kill us. In Middle Belt, in the north, they are killing them. Farmers, Fulani, they are not farmers. Hausas are, and other non-Fulani ethnicities, they are farmers. Fulani are cattle headers. There's one thing I posted, my Facebook, Jonas, where the whole rotten tomato, they are now being eaten by the Fulani cows. Do you see how stupid these people can be? I challenge you, Hausas. Stop behaving in a very stupid way. For the Hausas and other non-Fulani ethnicity in the north and middle belt, they quickly formed the Amalgamated Union of Foodstuff and Cattle Dealers of Nigeria. Come on. And they're telling no. We stop sending food to the south. Who is suffering it? Is it the Fulani? They want to continue making you suffer more because your products will rotten and their cows will eat it and live. You idiots, you don't understand. And you are following them sheepishly. You see the clip I played. Let me pick this call. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? No, I don't know. I had a caller on WhatsApp, but it's not hearing me. I don't know. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi Jonathan, good evening from Sweden. My name is Chukuma. I am calling you from Sweden. I am from Mbano in Okigwe province of Biafra land. Thank you so much for your program every day. I am an ardent listener of Radio Biafra to all our radio presenters. And this night I want to make a very quick and a short contribution. Hello?
Go on. The whole world is listening. Go on.
Yes. So what I want to say is that, we have been conquered, as you said, over the years. This colonial mentality has entered right inside our bone marrows. Somebody like Fela, over the years, started saying this, and he even made a song he called colonial mentality. But our people have not learned. I want to address my speech tonight to Mazi Allen Onyema. Allen Onyema is a man I can describe as a narrow-minded human being. Mazi Allen Onyema, back in the days when somebody from Nnewi, Chidebere, had transport service, where were you by then? Have you sit down and asked yourself, where is Chidebere today and where is that business? Someday, this airline you think you have and you have the whole world will collapse, not when you are dead, but right in front of your face. It will crumble. one Hausa man will come up one day and use a stroke of pen and cripple you. You will die as a poor man because of your narrow-mindedness. Maybe you have an airline, then the rest of the people should live in penury and the slavery, and that serves you good and your family. Look, this generation can never be defeated. Even as our leader used to say, even if it is one man and one boy and one girl that remain in Biafra land, we will fight this fight to a standstill, and we must be free. Onyema, you have just relegated yourself to the dustbin of history, and you can never. Our leader fought for you before, but this time, any person that go this way you are going this time can never be forgiven. And you, no matter what you think you have, you may think you have money, but you are as poor as a church rat. You fly all over the world. You see. Okay. Let me just drop it here. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much for your program.
Thank you. Oh, Must Help Biafra. Thank you. Just as Pastor Jack said, all these people, we are going to the main source. Not all, these people, when you call their name, make them, they feel that, they are not in this struggle, so it's penning us. How do you say it? A whole market, Idumota market doesn't even know that somebody, one person, didn't come that day. So God is doing something in a very marvelous way. Do you understand? So they are talking this because they are doing what they are doing. Because what we are doing is they are seeing what we are doing. We are destroying Nigeria. That project Nigeria, we are destroying it. That's why. So it's working without them. Caller on what's up? Welcome to the program, please. Can you hear me? Caller on what's up?
Mazi. Yeah, Mazi.
Welcome to the program.
Good evening from here.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, my name is Singh and I'm calling from New York. Thank you very much for all the efforts you're putting every day, coming in here to, create much awareness. What I'm trying to add, based on what Mazi Nnamdi said, that video, I saw that video when Mazi Oke aired that the marriage thing in his platform. I saw the video, and it was very, very scary. Honestly speaking, what is going on, that marriage is not ordinary. That marriage is spiritual. That's why I like what we are doing now. This is something we are doing. This fight needs to be fought both physically and spiritually. Mostly spiritual, because these British people, they are, like our leader used to say, of
Of
these
course.
people, they are evil. They are evil. So I like this prayer that is going on now. This something that is going on now. I believe God that before this time is over, there must be a miracle. We are getting through. Thank you very much for everything. That's what I want to add.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
And
much.
well
Keep on the good work.
Thank you. I want to pick maybe one last call, one or two calls before I close this program. Caller on direct calls. They always call when somebody is speaking. If somebody stops speaking, caller on direct call, they will stop. I cannot fathom all this, honestly. What is happening in Nigeria is what is envisaged, planned to work, to happen. Anybody that is telling you that Project Nigeria could be fixed is wicked, evil, and lying to himself and others. The owners of the project, Nigeria, is a project. They did their homeworks and arithmetic very well. And the only way to come out of the evil Nigeria project is to destroy it right from the foundation. That is the only way. Nothing more. Nothing more. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Please, you have 3 minutes, please.
Okay, thank you, my brother. I've tried to make it within that given time.
Thank you.
This is Ifan Chukwumada calling you from here. This project Nigeria you are talking about, we have moved from Royal Niger Company, and then when the British were pressed to leave Africa in the independent era, they handed the thing over to Fulani. But the point remains that the British is still the owner of Nigeria, whether anybody wants to accept it or knows it or not. Because since 2015, during this regime, APC regime, whoever is there, they have been killing us, and they're doing all sorts, and we are protesting and giving them letters and complaining to the British. They never said anything substantial other than that they don't believe there's a structural or a systemic marginalization or suppression or alienation of people, that they will talk to them to make sure that everybody gets justice. And so this is the short thing is that Britain is still today, this hour me and you are talking, upon the land on fire at the east and west and north, everywhere on fire. Britain is still training Nigerian armed forces of all cadre. Remember that the British trained the murderous SARS. And if they train the murderous SARS, to what effect? Is to maintain their limited liability company, and they don't care how people fare, as long as their homeland is peaceful. And so, the Biafrans are essentially endangered species in Nigeria, because we are always trying to show that we are peaceful and friendly, etc. They know this, and they're taking advantage of that. The Fulanis have control over the whole of armed forces and the whole paramilitary. They have several armed militia or terrorist groups, but then they still want to disarm everybody else in the contraption, even including official vigilantes. This will show you that the Fulanis has a mission, and their mission is to take Nigeria by crook or by hook. Think about it. Fulani are on a mission, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB are the best thing that have happened to our people for offering what we can call awareness, sensitization, enlightenment, and resistance, as it were. And our political and religious and traditional rulers are not helping us. They always side with with the government of the, which is controlled by the oppressors, the Fulanis. But people, the majority, decided by the people, either by referendum or by popular revolution. A few of these people cannot decide for us. It is either one man, one vote referendum or mass revolt. We are not feudalists, and a few people cannot decide for us.
Thank you.
Must restore Biafra. Yes, my brother. If we want this and future generation of our people to live as like free folks, and do not be exterminated or enslaved by the Fulanis, we must restore Biafra. All hail Biafra.
Oh, must hail Biafra. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, I don't know, but you've surpassed 4 minutes. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Please, you have 3 minutes. Also. I think you're going to be the last caller.
Good evening, Mazi.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I really appreciate for the program, the lecture, and everything. I have something to contribute.
Go on. That's why you called. Go on.
Yeah, when we are talking about Biafra, we should not always address it to be Igbo, because of a lot of people who don't really understand what you are doing is taking it other ways. Understand?
Have you been listening to have you been listening to Radio Biafra, or you started new?
I've been listening.
No, we never address Biafra as a Igbo issue. No, it's people.
No,
I'm not saying. Yeah, it's people.
I'm not saying so.
Serious people that are trying to do it, but you know, not.
Yeah. I know. Of course, I know that. Some people that knows about Biafra, they knows about Biafra. Even the people that is fighting against Biafra knows about Biafra. The truth is just there. It's all about fact and figure. All we need to do, Mazi, please, we need to come back and address everybody, carry everybody along. Let them at least in every point of Biafra territory, in every point of Biafra territory, there should be at least a leader that is there for enlightenment, because a lot of people are confused. They don't know
Mazi,
their left to right.
Mazi, let me come here. I don't know. You know, you didn't introduce yourself anyway, of which I don't know.
Okay.
There is no other way to carry people along than listening to Radio Biafra, joining IPOB is your family. There is no
okay now,
because there is no way you can bring enlightenment. This is modern age, 21st century. You know, this radio, if you care to listen, you can listen to it from any part of the world, even in the forest. As far as you have data, you can, you know, we have FM stations, FM. You know, you can listen to us via FM, every part of most part of Biafra land in short, and even Lagos and other places in the north.
Mazi, of course. Yeah. Mazi, of course, I do that because I have everywhere to listen through Radio Biafra. I can listen to Radio Biafra through TuneIn, radio, IPUB community radio, and so on. So the problem is that I'm down here in Akwa Ibom. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
I want to throw one simple feasibility study done by me, because of a lot of people doesn't understand these things, and for the fact that
these
they
things
have not been
like,
preaching.
Can you explain what is these things? What things?
These things is that some people that is Biafrans, like in Akwa Ibom, they don't even believe that they are Biafrans because of there is no lecture being at least reached out to them on daily basis.
The lecture is that's why I asked you, Mazi, please let me tell you something. You know, people perish because of lack of knowledge. Let me ask you, how many people can you do feasibility studies about how many people don't that even understand the constitution of Nigeria or the tenets of constitution of Nigeria? You will see that almost 90% don't know. But does it mean that it doesn't exist? Does it mean that if you commit a crime because of no, I'm coming. Does it mean that if you don't know it? So if you commit a crime, law will say, oh, you don't know about the law, okay, go free, thank you, go free, you don't know. You should seek for knowledge and get it, that's it. Radio Biafra is a source of knowledge. We have a station, even in Akwa Ibom, that people can listen through FM. Right from how many years, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have been, calling for everybody to whom it may concern. Please, if you can even broadcast, talk to your people in any language, come on here, please. He have been calling. I don't know when you started listening to Radio Biafra, but right from 2012, this campaign has been on. So when somebody say he don't know or is complaining, no, he don't know. He don't know. The same way he might not know his right as even a citizen. That is why ignorance abound. The only way is to look for information. You listen for information. Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Imo, Anambra, we are all one people. We have been saying it from donkey years. You know, Philip Effiong is the last president of Biafra. You understand?
People that knows this, people that knows this is very few. That is the point. The people that knows this is very few, and when you are bringing it to them, their response is bad.
No, you don't
Imagine,
say that. You know, how many people have you met? How many people have you met? Do you know that Philip Effiong, the son of Philip Effiong, is also, they are doing his own work. Many people used to call here for, I don't know, that's why I asked you, are you listening to Radio Biafra? Many people are listening, many people used to call from every part of Biafra land. You understand? So it's not something, maybe you go and in your little corner, you talk to one person, ignorant person, he will not even understand. The same thing, even in Imo State, where I come from. You can meet somebody, he will tell you, nah, this Biafra, beg. So does it make any difference? You know, so let us start thinking about this issue. If you want knowledge, you seek for it. That's the only thing. If you want now to say that, okay, your brother is a Fulani terrorist that are killing you, when your head is off, that is your problem. Do you understand? So we cannot go back to, since 2012, this calls have been made. Every blessed Radio Biafra is on air every day. Not that it's once a week or once in 2 days. 247. So my brother, that is where I'm going to stop. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you. This is where I'm going to stop. As I said, please, I will not take another call. I'm having some meetings, please. We must continue in what we are doing. We are not going to go backwards. You need information or you want information, you look for it. That's it. As I said before, many people don't understand even the law that is guiding them, the constitution of the zoo. Many things in the constitution. It doesn't exempt you from being prosecuted with the same law. Because the law is already there. So if you want it, you go and study it. You go and ask questions about some certain things. You understand? So that is the issue. You know, that is the issue. Radio Biafra is 247. We are no more going back, retracing our. We have passed this situation. I mean, this stage of trying to go. No, people are not. They don't understand. The only thing, you don't argue with people. Tell people, go and listen to Radio Biafra. Download it or look at. You have FM where you are. Finish. You have done your bid. The only thing, you don't argue with people. Tell people, go and listen to Radio Biafra. Download it or look at. You have FM where you are. Finish. You have done your bid.